Who told you that life was fair? Cry me a river, I really don't care. I was outside with that, yeah.
Cool, man. Ain't gonna lie, sitting like this shit starting to take a toll on me, bro.
Yeah? Yeah, you might have scoliosis if we make it to like
episode 30, bro. Like, my neck gonna burn.
30, no, not 30, but like 100.
Nah, bro, I'm telling you 30.
Oh, yeah. Nice. What's up, Cole?
Do I jump? I ain't even know if I'm like,
yeah,
they supposed to know I'm here right now?
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
We just
all right, cool. What episode are y'all on? Y'all, yeah.
Well, since you want to talk about it, actually.
Yeah,
we are. We made it to episode 10 without getting canceled. We did not get canceled yet. We made it to episode 10, guys. Welcome to
Congrats.
place. We are still here.
That's
and
crazy.
We have not
bring it in with a
we haven't got canceled. And to celebrate 10 strong episodes, we brought the man, the myth, the legend, J. Cole with us. Man, this is a special episode.
What's the closest y'all got to being canceled? Was it ever close?
Well, almost every episode.
All right,
yeah.
for sure.
It's like we like dodging them every time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, we are very, crazy. We're gonna do it though. We're gonna get this. It's not a goal, but we just feel it in our hearts, and we don't know who is gonna clean this up. I did not think about all that was gonna come out in my bedroom. I just
thought it would just go away. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I didn't. I honestly just thought it would make a noise. I didn't.
But this is serious though.
Yeah.
No. We got to do that. That's even better. That's the aesthetic right there.
Damn,
That's hard.
This definitely takes away from the conversation.
Yeah, it does. We didn't.
Nah. It adds to it, bro.
I wish we could have picked the colors for it or something. It's just like it's like a 60th Fiesta. The colors. It's like a 90s.
Nah, it's a vibe.
Selena party.
Yeah.
It feels like we haven't done this in a long time, but it's just because we did our last episode in LA.
Yeah. Got the purple couch back.
Yeah. And I'm just happy to be in my house. Anyways, we have to give you the disclaimer. Welcome to a safe place. Everything that we say here is confidential.
Which you're already really good at.
Yes.
We do got like a small community. They may see it, but they know the rules too. So no one's ever gonna.
Yeah. So we are.
Just get out.
We open to full, honest conversation here.
You can say whatever, whatever you gotta be, whatever.
And it's not gonna go viral.
Absolutely not.
Now, why would we want that to happen?
All right, for sure. I'm just making
crazy.
sure. I just want to know who I'm dealing with.
Absolutely not. So, I thought that it would be very interesting to start the conversation with.
Did you know he dissed you? Like,
yeah, were you aware of that?
He was like 16.
Yeah, I was like, there's this.
Nah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
damn, why am I here, bro?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
When I was about 16 years old, I have a record.
That's crazy.
All right.
You was already on at this time, or this was?
I was in high school.
Shit, nigga, fuck all that lyrical shit, nigga. And nigga here to spit that turn shit, nigga here to get a raise going, nigga. Fuck all that shit you talking about, nigga. Y'all niggas out here spitting that J. Cole shit, nigga ain't fucking with that shit, nigga. Knock a nigga out, nigga. Punch a nigga. Yeah, nigga. Don't be scared, little bitch ass nigga. Go hit that nigga standing next to you, nigga. Fuck all that shit.
So violent, such a violent kid.
That's these niggas.
Shit.
Alright, the song.
Nah.
It was going kind of hard though, but I ain't gonna catch.
Yeah, I was.
This shit hard. How you feel when you hear this? Just the song, not the, Nah, I don't feel that way. You don't think this sucks all the way? It's nothing about this that's endearing to you? Nah, I don't believe that.
He fuck with it. He just don't want to say it.
Mitch, you fuck with this? Yo, I'm really not even being funny though. Like,
he is.
Nah, I think that's a good song.
I hate that song.
It's not like life changing, but this shit hard. Like,
that's one of the.
All right, so
songs.
you were 16.
Yeah. I was in high school.
What 16 is like 11th grade, 10th grade?
No, for me senior year. I graduated early.
Oh, you was smart.
No. My birthday is August 23rd. School started on the first week of August, so I was the youngest one.
All right, so you 16. You're not fucking with my shit at all, clearly.
No, I didn't fuck with anything lyrical.
So what was you fucking with?
I mean, shit.
Now, who was your at that time? Who was you? What's the joke?
Okay,
what's the joke?
right.
Who was your like? Okay, when did you start rapping?
I started rapping in 12th grade, right? And
so we're hearing the early. That's like you had just started rapping.
Yeah, that's like my second or third song I ever made.
Yeah, you went by a different name.
Damn, you went at me early, boy.
Yeah.
You had to go.
You went at him on the third song.
God damn, boy.
I think the thing for me is, and I appreciate my growth as an artist because when I was so young, I just couldn't. And I loved all music. It's just that I at that point in my life, I didn't want to spend time. Like I wasn't trying to see through songs. When it came to rap, I was going pure for the energy, you know? So if it didn't have energy, I was like, I'd rather not listen to it. You know? I didn't even care to break down anything. I was just going for energy, you know? It's like, because I at the time, I listened to music before you go into a basketball game or a football game or like on the way on the bus. So it's like for pump, you try and get pumped. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't I didn't even see rap. And at the time, 2014, 2015, rap was so divided that I was just so on the young side of like, fuck y'all.
No, I get it. I understand. Like, bro, it's, by the way, there's no part of me that's over here.
No,
like,
I mean, of course
damn,
not.
how this nigga going boom, boom. But I'm asking the question because I'm just trying to me, it's hella interesting to like, yo, you're a successful, very successful artist. You know what I mean? And it's like, I love to hear like, yo, where was you at that time? Who were you listening to at that time?
Shit, a lot of Soulja Boy and Lil B. A lot of Soulja Boy and Lil B. I love McConan.
McConan's hard.
And then obviously you have like staples in everyone's life, like Drake, you know. And I listen to like Kanye. But other than that, it was young artists. It was like I listened to a lot of Waka Flocka. A lot of Waka Flocka. And then I listened to a lot of rock and alternative music. That was really what fueled my life. I liked melodies more than anything. And it wasn't until I matured and started to understand rap that I really, like, I went and did my history homework late. You know, like as a grown man, I went and did history homework on Biggie and all that shit. I was grown. I was already well known, well versed, because I started to hate the idea that people did not take me serious, and then I started to feel like, wait. No, because for the longest, it was like, oh, this rapping shit easy, man. You just go record a song. It's like, it's easy. Then I started realizing, wait, this is my career. You know, like, there's no chef that didn't do homework. You know, there's no lawyer that didn't study. Like, you have to study. You know? And so then it started to become a thing. I hated the idea that people thought I couldn't rap. You know, I knew I could, but I wanted to get better. And how the fuck do you get better other than just studying people who are good at rapping?
Man,
yeah.
You know what I think is ill about hearing this, and you sitting there and me sitting here, and you in 2016?
Yeah, 2014.
2014, and then where I was in 2014, and then when I first became conscious of you, and then clearly you were conscious of me then, but I didn't probably hear about you till what? When did you pop? Was
2016.
That 2016? Yeah. So I don't know if you entered my consciousness till 2016. I do remember that. So it's almost like the opposite, because I never heard that song before. But if I would have heard it back then, one, I would have been like, damn, why this nigga saying fuck me? Like, you know what I mean? I would have felt that way at that time.
Yeah.
So I would have noticed it from there, like, because you remember there was a big fuck J. Cole movement that was happening at that time. So like quietly, it was like, damn, like what? I wasn't in on the joke. I wasn't in on the troll. You know what I mean? I wasn't really connected at that time, even to social media, to be knowing.
Right.
So that was a little confusing. But beyond that part, if I would have just heard that song when you did that song, my thought would have been and was at the time, oh my God, like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, and then especially when that shit started to pick up steam and y'all started to pop, my thoughts was like, yo, what's happening to this thing that I love? Cause y'all don't even care about like the shit that I love so much. So at that time, the same way you was on some fuck J. Cole, of course you was a kid, I get it, I understand. But similarly, when that shit started to pop, not necessarily that song, but that sound,
that
era, my initial reaction, my knee-jerk reaction was like, oh fuck, what the fuck? Like, damn, what? I couldn't recognize.
But it seemed like at that point in time, you were kind of also, and I could be wrong, but it did look as if you were also kind of on that opposite fence, like, fuck these new niggas too.
Not outwardly. I never did anything, I don't think, outwardly. Well, maybe I did. I'm not sure.
Then would you take a break, please, rappers? Bunch of words and ain't saying shit. I hate these rappers, especially the immature 8-week rappers. Lil whatever, just another short bus rapper.
Yeah, that one record.
Yeah.
Kind of like came at all of the new generation.
Yeah, but it wasn't. But if you listen to that joint, that's just not. That was a part of it, but everybody got it on that one. Shit, literally, the song you talking about, I think, is called "Everybody Dies."
Yeah,
that was just one part of it. You know what I mean? But that shit wasn't a new generation. That was like everybody. You know what I mean? My generation, that generation, the older generation. There's a "Will you take a break, please?" rappers. Like, nigga, how long you been doing this shit for? Like at that time, that was that. But I understand how it was perceived that way and how that added to the narrative. So I understand how I was on that side of the fence. And maybe not even maybe, there was for sure a part of that that's true, because my knee-jerk reaction was like, oh shit, yeah, like what is this, right? Knee-jerk reaction. And I say that to say, because you brought up Soulja Boy. And these are 2 points in my life where I learned the same lesson, which was when Soulja Boy was first coming out. You gotta think, my favorite rappers was Pac, Nas, Jay, Andre 3000, boom, 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 boom. This, the highest skill level, boom, boom. And I was kind of living a double life. I had like a rapper life, like where I had music friends in the city. There was a lot of them was older than me, like mentors. Then I had my real friends that I would be hanging out with. My real friends was playing 3 6 Mafia, Lil Jon when he came out, whatever the fuck was popping, whatever new rendition of black culture was penetrating, like music coming up in the South, they was on. A lot of that shit for me, artistically, and what I stood for morally as an artist, I was conflicted, because on one hand, we partying all the time to this music, but on the other hand, I'm like, man, this shit go against everything that I think that I am or who I am. I had some fake morals about myself, right? Around the time Soulja Boy came out, I don't know how this happened, but I had a realization within myself, because I'm hearing that shit and I'm like, man, this shit, Soulja Boy, tell him. It sounds crazy to say now because it's such a classic to me, but at that time I had resistance, similar to when you came out and your class came out. I had resistance. Nah, that's not the thing that I love. Like, what? Y'all fucking with this? Like, I was one of them. Yeah. And it was literally a part of me that had a realization. I was young. I was proud of myself for this realization. Because I was like, bruh, you a hater. Like, yo, you are literally hating. Yeah. Like, you are literally, you know you like this shit, actually. Yeah. You be with your friends and you know you done did you know you done that. Yeah. So why would you front on this nigga like anywhere at any point? What you be better off doing is you need to look at a Soulja Boy, you need to look at a such and such, whoever was out at that time, might have been Snap Music at the time. What you need to do is you be better off realizing that these dudes is talented and they understand something that you don't understand and they figure something out. And bro, I swear to God, like I switched my mindset and I just turned from a hater as a youngin'. I turned from a hater to just an appreciator. Like, what can I find that's amazing about this? What can I find that's good about this? What can I find that's boom, boom? And bro, that shit, it changed me as an artist. I became a better artist. I started, it's not that I was trying to do anything that they were doing, but I just started loving what they was doing. And it pushed me and just opened me up. And I became a better artist and I took a leap, right? Yeah. Fast forward, when y'all came out, mind you, I'm coming off my biggest album ever, like 2014 Forest Hill Drive, boom, boom, boom. I'm feeling like, whew, boy, I did it. This, that, and the third. And then right before my eyes, shit is shifting. Completely shifting. It's like, man, that shit we didn't care about that shit no more, bro. Like, man, fuck exactly what you said on there. Yeah. Fuck all that lyrical shit, boom, 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 fuck all that shit, right? My knee-jerk reaction to that music was the same. It was, man, this shit, boom, boom. I'm once again grateful because it's the second time it happened in my life. I had to have a conversation with myself like, nigga, you hating. You not in, like, it's the same thing you had to go through when you was a kid with Snap Music, Soulja Boy, boom, boom, boom. What is amazing about these dudes? And I switched my mindset. And that's why I bring it all back to say, that's why I genuinely hear what you just played. And when I hear that, I'm genuinely looking at you like, bro, there's no part of me that's hearing this like, embarrassed or cringing like this is trash. I'm listening to this shit like, nigga, you was that's your third song.
Yeah.
You was clearly talented and in a bag.
Yeah.
Although it might not apply to a Andre 3000 standard or Reasonable Doubt standard, because I learned to embrace and had to switch my mindset again around that era. I genuinely started enjoying what y'all was doing and what y'all was bringing to the table.
I think that one thing that I love about me and Mitch is that we I don't think we learned. We just have always appreciated something for what it is, except opposed to like what something should be.
Right.
You know, and I think a lot of purists in hip hop culture judge things on what it should be, not
what they think it should be.
What they think it should
Right.
be, which is a perfect segue into the secret recipe.
I'ma strike, Cole and Yachty, coming for their respect. Come and pay your debt, just like a travel pillar. We at your neck for the way you slept.
Love to talk about, because
sure.
I think that when this song came out, unexpectedly, obviously, and I believe the narrative became a thing of what they or what they felt like my verse should have been. Or no, I think that it was even a thing where it wasn't even graded based on my verse. I think it was your verse is what people paid attention to, and then they just automatically tried to maybe downplay or belittle my verse.
Let me say this. I'm not saying you're wrong, because you're not. But what I will say is, before we dive into that conversation, which we should have that conversation for sure, let's acknowledge that there was also a completely different narrative where there's a whole nother group of people that saw and appreciated and saw what you did for what it was. Like, while what you're saying is valid, there's those people too. Let's not act like it's like there's not people that really saw it for what it was. You know what I mean? Like, I just gotta say that. Like, there's so many people that hit me and so many people online that be like, yo, I ain't know Yachty. Boom, 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 boom.
A lot of the times though, the hate just be like so heavy though. Hard to see through.
I think, and I don't know the numbers, right? I don't know the logistics or the analytics. I'm not running the numbers. But sometimes I'm curious, only because I've been through this shit. Sometimes I'm curious, is it a matter of, yo, what we focusing on? Or was that really the dominant narrative? And it's possible that it was the dominant narrative. You might know better than me. But what I'm saying is, like, even if it is the dominant narrative, we gonna talk about it. But shit, let's also acknowledge that there are a lot of people that saw the opposite of what you're saying. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to say that. Now we can dive into the.
That's fair. That's fair. I guess I just didn't see it.
Right.
It's out there.
You didn't see that, Mitch? You don't feel? You feel like you didn't see that?
No. I seen some, but that's what I be saying. Sometimes the internet, it make it so hard for you to see it though.
That, and it's just, you don't get the same analytics when you are big upping something. You know, it's just versus. You get bigger engagement to hate. It's just unfortunate, but it is.
And also it's that like natural hate that comes with it, no matter what. Just because like you're on a song with J. Cole, you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
No matter if it's good or not, it just comes with those people. Like, you know, Yachty shouldn't be on. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what the song sounds like.
Yeah, you know?
That's crazy.
Because I think with purists, there is so many like fake rules. Like I learned this with myself, even to my voice. You know, people try to say like, oh, the way I sound is a problem, and it's like, what the fuck? Who said, like, what, you supposed to rap it with a deep voice, or you supposed to have like a, you know? And then I started realizing that people, like, it was this narrative that like I rap off beat, but it's not true. I think I rap on like the downbeat. I'm such an analytical person. I'm going to dissect the lyrics from the voice, from the delivery. It's all different to me. You know, like I almost like grade with a grading scale, you know, opposed to just completely wholeheartedly throwing something away. Like, oh, that was trash. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm the type of person like, oh no, well, maybe I didn't like the delivery, but this was da 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 da. And I'm not saying I expect people to do that, because I don't give a fuck what people do. But I'm just saying, like, I think when it came to that song, people were quick to dismiss my verse. You know what I'm saying? And I think the thing that irritates me is that, like, I was a guy that genuinely sat in a lab and tried to, not that verse, but like tried to like get better.
Can I talk about that for a second? Because first of all, I think they should know how that song happened. I think that's like, because it's on paper, it's like, well,
yeah,
you know, like to some people, maybe
a
it's
lot of people tried to say that I paid for it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a thing going on that like Eve sends me some stuff sometimes where it's like J. Cole charges something X amount per word, because I got a line in Thug Joint where I say like I don't know what I something.
Oh God, I thought that was true. This
I left off like a rapper's dead and bird. A verse for me is like 11 birds. Just did the math, it's like $2,000 every word. I'm on
Hell nah, bro.
Every minute this nigga made like $1 million or something like that. Bro.
Yo, bro, it's just a bar, bro. Like a lot of my bars be really on point, but man, that's just a flex. Like I'm not gonna charge a nigga $2,000 a word. I don't even charge niggas for the verse. I'm doing this shit because I'm inspired to do it, and like you know, and that's a cool way for me to address like there's a thing going on that niggas think I get $2,000 a word. Like, bro.
I'm glad you could have, because this nigga's back home calculating like.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Nah,
feature.
I'm not charging niggas because, you know, I want to be on the song. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't do that, but I think one, let's tell them how the song happened. I feel like perspective there on just like, yo, how did this even happen? And then I have an analogy that I thought of this year that I feel like really rap and hip hop into a context that we can understand, and it helped me even understand it better. You know what I mean? And then it'll help get into the conversation of like how I view you. You know what I mean? And how I've seen you. You know what I mean? And like what I've seen you do, to your point, and why I think like the flowers need to be given for what you've done and what you continue to do. So first I'll say how it happened, right? So I'm in Turks on a family vacation, took the family on vacation to Turks. It just so happens, I didn't realize, I didn't know who's in the crib right next to me in Turks is Drake. He's in the crib right next to me. I'm like, oh shit, yo, you out here? This is at a time when he was finishing Her Loss. He was finishing Her Loss. So, you know, I'm on vacation, but like I make sure I got time to go over there. I slide over there, and then I see Yachty there. I'm like, oh shit, what's good? We had never met in person. That was our first time meeting in person. So we meet in person. We don't really talk. Like we just a what's up. Go hear what Drake is working on. First of all, let's keep in mind this man just dropped the album like a few months before that.
Honestly, Nevermind just came out.
Nevermind had just came out, which was a phenomenal album to me. You know, the reaction, people got their reaction, whatever. I fucking love that album. Yeah, and he's already back, and he's playing me the shit, and I'm like, yo, this dude is a madman. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but he plays me his shit. I play him a little bit of what I'm working on, and then as I'm leaving, me and you have a conversation. It's our first time talking. A long conversation. And my thoughts right away are, first of all, damn, this dude is really smart. This dude is really self-aware, like really like level-headed, grounded. I was just impressed off the convo, but regardless of even that, you were telling me about this album you were working on. And as you were talking about it, I knew quietly, I was like, yo, whatever he has is phenomenal. Because I could just tell by what you were saying, how honest you were about your past, how you felt about your work in the past, how honest you were, how self-aware you were, and just the way you described how long you have been working on this project, and boom, boom, and bro, I was like, whatever he has is phenomenal. So then, at the end of we had a long talk, and at the end of that, he was like, yo, if you got time, like I'll play it for you right now. I'm like, hell yeah. It's me and my man RJ. We went outside on the little speaker. This man played his album, and I'm sitting there. He played the intro, and I'm sitting there like,
that was awesome.
You remember my reaction, bro. I'm like, bro, this is phenomenal, bro. And it's like, I'm telling him it's phenomenal, and it's one of those situations where it's like, he knows it's phenomenal. It's not like he's being arrogant about it. He's appreciative, but he already knew.
I always thought he was over-exaggerating about that story.
No, oh, really? Yeah. Did you really think?
Confirming everything. Like
nah, bro. He played me like, I don't think you played it in order necessarily, but you played me like 8 or 9, you know what I mean? And it was like phenomenal songs. So left that, and I just let you know, like, yo, bro, this shit's gonna hit. Like, whenever you drop it, however you roll it out, boom, boom. So that's how we started a relationship. You text a couple times after that. We kept in touch just a little bit. It's not like we best friends after that, you know what I mean? But he kept in touch, and when the album came out, boom, boom, we talked. And then fast forward a few months ago, he hit me like, yo, bro, you got a second? You know what I mean? Or can you check something out? Oh, no, matter of fact, you like, can I get your opinion on something? I thought he had some life shit going on. I'm like, yeah, hit me. He just sent a joint. He like, yo, can you give me your opinion on this? Or let me know what you think. Man, I press play on this shit. sound like an alchemist beat or something. Come to find out, I don't know if you had the sample, you looked the shit up, but I'm hearing this shit. I'm like, oh my God. He come on, allegedly, they figured out I'm the secret recipe, the better home test. And I'm sitting here like, man, you know how nigga listen to a song, got the phone right up to his ear. I'm listening like, oh my God, like, what's the first, you know, I see through like window shoppers. I see through every front. I speak on what I hear. So as bro,
that's what you said.
Like window shoppers, I see through every front.
Good boy.
You knew that.
I know. I ain't.
Like sometimes you don't be listening.
What you listening to, bro?
Sometimes when I be listening to music, like I miss a lot of lines, so I be listening. Like,
got it. Okay, I understand. Everybody listen to music. Everybody listen to their music the only way. I understand that. Well, this man said like window shoppers. I see through every front. Like slick bars, the chest bar. Like so. And by the way, I knew off rip. I love the tone. I love your voice. I knew you was barring up. I knew right away. Like, oh, I didn't catch everything. As I'm listening, I'm like, yo, I just knew you was talking. Like, I'm like, oh, he's talking. I need to actually run it back so I can catch. So to me, I'm blown away. But this is the part I didn't mention. It's not a surprise to me, like it might be a surprise to other people, because it's like we talked about maybe in Turks. Since I had followed you on IG, I had been seeing. I saw when you first dove into the Michigan lane. And you did it so tastefully and respectfully. You didn't do it like as if you was like, no, you went, immerse yourself in that culture, put people on, boom, boom, boom. But on top of that, that's the first time I had seen, I had already, like I told you, I had already embraced your sound. And I was already a fan of just what you was already presenting to the game, because I had grown to appreciate it and love it. Right. But this was the first time where I seen like, oh, this nigga's clever. Like he got bars, witty. I would see the clips on IG. Yeah. So that song, when you sent it to me, was not a shock. I called you up, FaceTimed you right away, like, nigga, this shit is insane. Yeah. Hung up. You didn't ask me for a feature.
Absolutely not.
He didn't ask me. We talked. He was like, yo, because you just wanted my opinion on it, correct? Like,
it was never planned to drop. It was just like me just rapping. I just wanted to know how I did, you know? Like, it was no thing I was like, oh, I'm going to drop this song. You know, it was just like I was just rapping in the hotel, and I just wanted to know how it was.
Yes.
You know? Yeah. I only sent it to you and I sent it to Drake, and I asked both of y'all. Yeah.
That's crazy. So he didn't ask me for a feature. As soon as we got off the phone, I played that bitch one more time, and the first thing that came to my mind, Cole and Yachty coming for their so you inspired your verse and what you created and your song inspired me in that moment. I didn't say nothing. I didn't tell you like, yo, I'm about to get on this. Yeah. But as soon as we hung up the phone, I pressed play. I got 4 bars in. I'm like, yo, something is here. I ain't have time to finish it that day, but I'm like, yo, something is here. Like, yo, Cole and Yachty coming for their respect. I'm gonna pay your debt. Now it's a challenge. Now it's like, oh shit. Like, but that doesn't happen. Like, to me, it's a gift. It's an honor to be able to like have somebody give you something that pushes your pen and makes you want to do something. You know what I mean? So like, that's the story of how that happened. Now let me say how I view rap and how I view you within that in hip hop. This was earlier this year. I know I'm doing a lot of talking, but I feel like it's worth it. It was earlier this year when I feel like me and my friends, we always did basketball. I don't know if y'all basketball fans or whatever, but we always did basketball comparisons with rap. We'll be like, oh, Jay-Z is like boom, 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 boom.
Oh yeah, same.
Oh, such and such is like LeBron. Oh, he's more like Kobe because, and we'll come up with all these like ways of why that makes sense and why such and such is this, such and such is that. And it's not like we've been doing it recently, but in the past that was a big thing when we had the big conversations. I was thinking earlier this year, I'm like, yo, hip hop, whatever blanket title you want to put on the top of this tree, is really more like track and field. It's not like basketball. It's like track and field. There's so many events within. You could be a track and field athlete. We both can be track and field athletes, and we do not possess the same skill set at all. I'm a sprinter. I run a 100 and a 200. You a long distance runner, or even worse than that, you a pole vaulter. You do something completely different than what I do. But we both are track and when we go to the Olympics, we represent the United States as track and field athletes, right? So the skill set that you possess is not the skill set that I possess. And so how I view you, like, and then you got like shot put. Anybody, what the fuck is shot put? You know what I mean? Like you got discus throw. What's discus throw? So you got like these subgenres in track and field, but everybody know the sprinters
and the relay
and the boom boom. Like these are like the popular. So I view the craft that I love and the craft that I mastered as like, yo, that's gonna be a staple forever. Like the 100 and the 200 in track. That's always gonna get massive views in the Olympics. Everybody gonna tune in to see Sha'Carri. Like they gonna all tune in to see that because that's the big event and that's gonna never go away. Right. Is this pin. Like, but there's all these other events that take skill. Like, bro, who's the greatest shot put athlete of all time? I don't know, but I know that nigga had to work hard. Yo, I know that nigga had to work hard to be the best. Right. So even right now, it's a crop of who's like the young Turk. Ken Carson is a name, correct? Yeah. There's Yeet, boom, boom. So that's a crop. That's a whole event. They got their own, and the people that watch their event, they might be like, man, I don't even care about watching sprinters. Mm-hmm. I want to see the pole vault niggas, or I want to see the fucking relay, or I want to see boom, boom. So I feel like if we look at rap in the scope of like track and field, we can give everybody the credit they deserve. You're not going to diss a shot put nigga because he's a shot put dude. Right. You're going to be like, man, you work really hard to be good at shot put.
Everyone doesn't see it that way, I think.
I know. I agree with that. But I think that this can help them look at it the way it's supposed to be. And then that leads me to you. I know I'm doing a lot of talking about the end it right here. Mm-hmm. That leads me to you. How I view you is, it's like you came in the game as this, a shot put nigga or whatever track and field thing, right? That was your thing. That thing you played when you were 16, that was the event that you came in the track and field running.
Whichever's one when you throw the weight, when you spin around.
I think that might, is that discus throw? Yeah. Oh, that's discus throw? All right, we're going to think it's discus throw. All right. So you came in on some discus throw shit. Yeah. Actually, not discus throw. I think they turn around and throw that shit. Yeah. That shot put? Shot put is here. Let's Google it, man. Yeah. Let's Google it.
Man. Zeno, what the fuck are you doing here?
Shot put is the way you spin around and hold the Okay,
that's crazy. So what are we talking about?
All right, so shot put.
That's crazy.
So you came in doing shot put in track and field, right? Mm. What I started noticing when I was looking at them IGs, like, damn, this nigga going crazy on these Michigan beats, showing hella creativity, hella bars, like cadence, style, boom, boom, boom. Like, but you started over here. Mm-hmm. You didn't start doing that. You started as shot put, and you, from your last album to Secret Recipe to the Michigan shit that you do to fucking to Strike. Poland. These are all different events that you have grown into being able to do. Right. And you didn't come in there as a natural athlete to those. So that what that tells me from the outside looking in, I'm like, yo, because I know what it's like to push a pen and push my skill set and try to do things I'm not comfortable for. That means you got to put in a lot of fucking work, bro.
Absolutely. And, I mean, not only that, though, it's just genuine care.
Yes,
love and care to progress. You know, I think my thing was always to progress. I wanted to progress.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to get better. I wanted to be more educated. Because it's what I care about. You know, this is what I was blessed to be able to do for a career and for a lifestyle. I should want to invest into this field, you know, because this is my bread and butter. You know, for however long it is, this is my mirror. So I should want to put the time, the 10,000 hours in, you know, and that's where that's why I started to fucking branch out, you know, and just wanted to do everything and just have that passion. And I just got bored doing one thing, and I got insulted being told I could only do one thing, you know, or even hearing someone talk about other people and putting me in that conversation, you know, as if I was that guy who could only do that, you know, when I'm much more. Even if I would hear certain guys have a conversation about a certain group, and then just even hearing myself being roped into it, because I was always roped into it because I was the one who spoke. I was the forefront speaker. You know, I was the one who went and did the interviews and went and did the press. So I was always roped into that conversation, which would get under my skin because I was never like, respect to everyone in my genre, but I'm like I just don't. It's nothing you can tell me I can't do when it comes to music, you know, or at least I won't try. You feel me? So like, and I'm like, I'm not afraid to fail. Like I'm not afraid to get out there, do some shit, and be like, no, that wasn't good. Okay, well, shit, I'll be back in a week. You know, I'll be back in 2 weeks with some new material. And
to that point, and you was talking about like the purists earlier, and mind you, I think if we really scan, you'll find a lot of people that in that purist lane. I don't consider myself a purist, but I know who you speaking of. You know what I mean? You'll find a lot of people in that lane that appreciated what you did, but to the people that don't, and they like, fuck, Yachty doing on here, boom, boom, how you sound? What I would say to them is like, yo, if we looking at it like track, y'all should be respecting this man and giving this man flowers and support and pats on the back for going into the event that you love and the event that you and because that's how I felt. I'm like, damn, it's almost like I'm a sprinter, and you came from shot put, and you was like, man, let's race. You didn't say let's race. I just seen you running real fast, and I was like, bro, you inspired me to run. Yeah. But so I feel like they should look at it like they should look at what you did there in that world and be like, man, we need that. Yeah. We need you loving what we love. We glad, matter of fact, not even that we need it. We love that you love what we love. We honored that you love what we love. We honored that you see value in wordplay and wittiness and cleverness.
And being bold enough to get on that fucking stand next to you.
Exactly. And to put that bitch out. Like, and because you could have been like, nah, bro, I wasn't asking you for the feature like that. But you could have been like, nah, I don't want to look at, man, bro, you put that bitch out with your chest out as you should.
Absolutely. I never had a doubt ever. I never had a doubt ever so much that I was in shock when people had negative comments. I was like, huh?
I believe some people just can't be convinced.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you really got to come to like you said, you got to come to that realization where it's like, all right, I might be hating a little bit. Let me try to understand.
Facts.
Right. It's way easier to just not do that.
Yes.
Like, just be like, okay, that nigga's running too fast. Instead of being like, okay, damn, that inspired me to run as fast as him.
Yes.
All right. So let's get into the trajectory of hip hop and its decline in the most recent years.
When you say decline, on what level?
Statistically.
Okay. From a numbers standpoint.
Yeah, from a number standpoint, and content. You know, from a creative standpoint, from a content standpoint, from a standpoint of just class.
You believe that? Like you believe this is
absolutely.
Decline in what sense? It's like the numbers.
Just numbers, content, albums, artists. Like just think about the artists now. You know what I'm saying? And it's a tough pill to swallow, but it's an honest truth. You know, and I think it plays a part in the accessibility of technology. You know, I don't like pointing fingers, but I think the lack of artist development from labels, you know, plays a big part. But I think most importantly, in my most humblest opinion, I think it's the excessive accessibility of technology, and I think it hinders. I think it hinders all musicians to the point of like musicians, singers, rappers. You know, like I think while it works in our favor, I love autotune. I think it hurt R&B 100%. I think it killed R&B. You know, I think it made it non-existent. You know, I think that anyone being able to download Pro Tools, crack Fruity Loops, and sit in a closet with a fucking. I used to rap with my Rock Band mic from getting Rock Band for Christmas with the guitars and the drums, and that's how it was Logitech. I hooked that up to my Mac, and that's how I recorded songs. I put a sock over it, you know what I'm saying, and use GarageBand. So like, I just think the accessibility of technology hindered the generation of musicians because it's become and easy access of uploading of the internet. You know, back in the day, you couldn't just upload your song. You know, even when there was that Piff, you couldn't just get on live mixtapes. I remember you have to pay them. I used to be like, I remember back when I was young, I used to be like, how the fuck do you get on live mixtapes? You have to pay for an upload on live mixtapes, I know that. You know? And then all blogs, all these blogs, you had to pay them to get on their pay. World Star Hip Hop, you had to pay.
Right, yeah, I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? And it was serious. They had a gold, a premium, they had all different packages. So you were investing, and you weren't just investing in with some bullshit. Because if it was shit and something was $5,000 or $3,500, it was like shit.
Nah, don't get it twisted though. A lot of niggas wasted their money.
That's true. That is true.
You remember all the shit you see on World Star,
but it was a
and
lot.
You never click, and you know niggas ain't clicking.
2 million views still.
That's true.
Yeah, you know he spent fucking
he's for the
$5,000
bag.
and nobody
True, but
watching.
it was a lot less than now. Everything's free.
But
SoundCloud
you
is free. You can DistroKid is free. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all free. They 25. You said $25 a year. What are we even talking about?
So what right now are you talking? Because you talked about numbers. I think that's factual, right? The numbers are on the decline.
More than numbers. No, numbers that's 100% fact.
Right.
That's out there.
Now you're going off of the content or the quality.
Mm-hmm. The quality of content.
I personally, I think like if I had to say a reason for it declining, I would say like the research of the music. I think like A&Rs may see something like being viral, and it's like, oh, let's make this person the next person. But they don't even know how to make music yet. So now you're teaching them how to make music, but they're already this big thing. So you push it either way, and then you just put it out there, and it's not good, and you just keep repeatedly doing shit like that. I think that shit is really like.
Yeah, but I don't think kids aren't going, oh, what did this A&R think is hot? You know,
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like just the things like that get promoted now, like without any like real research behind it.
To your point, if I'm hearing what you're saying correctly, it's like, yo, you can blow up so fast today, right? Your third song could have been the one that took you to the moon in this day and age, right? And even crazier now, because with TikTok, boom, boom, that wasn't even out when your third song was done.
Yeah, no,
but like
wasn't a thing.
you can pop so fast. Your first song might be the one that can go. And to your point, it's not necessarily on the A&R and the label. Their job is like, yo, that shit's moving and you making money. We want to make some of that money with you. That's their job. The issue is, to your point, the shit pops so fast. The shit can pop so fast. I didn't have time as an artist to actually build my legs and my foundation of who I am. So then my life, my shelf life of who I am as an artist is that's why I think what you've done in your career is so impressive, because that actually could have been you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, but because of your love and your ability to push yourself and your ability to be like, yo, oh word, niggas think this about me. Watch, like your defiance to people's opinions of you, like you rewrote your own narrative, you know what I mean? To where it's like, yo, they got to respect you. We all have to respect you in a different light. But to your point, things can blow up so fast now where the artists don't got a chance to get their legs. And so when that song cool off, it's like, damn, I'm scrambling trying to figure it out, but I didn't have a chance to really develop myself or even a legit fan base that actually cares about me, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Right, but you're already in the front. You already got to push it, and the sales kind of reflect it.
Right, yeah, but I also think a big part of it is people having technology.
Oh yeah, right. Because
you can upload on TikTok and it'll blow up with no one's help.
Right.
You know, and then whose fault is that? No one. You can't. You know, like who can you blame for virality?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No. You can still.
No.
I will say this too about at least about the quality of content. Not to cut y'all off, my fault, but man, I feel like, you know, life is this. Life is ups and downs, golden eras and terrible eras. You know, like the 70s brought the 80s, and with the 80s, the rock of the 70s brought the rock of the 80s, which is hairband. You know what I mean? It's not a lot of those that stood the test of time in a way that's not like cringy. You know what I mean? And music just does that on all levels. So if what you're saying about the quality is true, and I will say that, like, man, it's so many amazing artists and hard artists out there, but we ain't felt that as a culture. We ain't felt that in a while. But I will say the beautiful thing about that is being in a valley, the appetite for the peak is heavy. You know what I mean? Which is honestly a reason why The Secret Recipe hits so hard. Cause it's like, yo, the appetite for what you did on there and what I do on there is like the appetite for something like that, or the appetite for your last album, something refreshing. Yeah. Like the appetite for something real is high because we may be in a low right now. I always felt like that, even before I got signed, or before back when that was a thing, when getting signed was the key to like get on. It's not like that now, but people used to be like, oh, the music out right now is so trash, boom, boom. They ain't talking about nothing. I used to be like, good, because it's wide open for me. You know what I mean? Like, I know what I'm bringing to the table. I know what I'm talking about, boom, boom. I love to hear y'all say that, because I know the time is right for me. And I feel like that right now, today. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the same applies to you.
Yeah, no, I never thought about it like that. But yeah, I 100% agree. I think also a big thing is the audience has changed. You know, hip hop's audience from 15 years ago is not the same.
They could just say,
100%.
They It's I don't know.
But not even that. That's a social media thing. That too. But I think the audience it's just kids are different now. In general, like the world has changed. It's much more sensitive, and people are changing. You know, like which is watering down hip hop. It's just like wrestling. Like wrestling ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that was probably so random. I didn't even have to compare that. But like
that just tells me you're a big ass wrestling fan.
Yeah, I didn't even know why I said that. That was so like left. But hip hop is being, I don't want to say being watered down, but I think the fans, even with like TikTok, which is like half of TikTok is like, man, it's amazing for records and blowing up your song, but it's like, man, if you say something in a rap song nowadays, like TikTok might try and like obliterate you, you know what I'm saying, or like completely in your existence, you know what I'm saying, like I think it's just, or even like with the TikTok thing, like now it's like a song could blow up and then you go perform it and it's like until you get to that one part that blew up on TikTok, it's like we don't know this song.
Whoa,
you know what I'm saying, like the whole song until that 1-2 lines that the dance is on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, nah, it's terrible.
And there's so many of those because there's so many people that could just upload, like you said.
It's so many. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it takes 2 seconds to upload a song. People record now on their iPhones, you know, which I love. I love the
accessibility.
I love the accessibility.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, it's fire.
Waited outside for like 2 hours. Is that a true story about
Hell
you
yeah.
waiting outside 2 hours?
Shit, it was longer than that. Talking about for Jay-Z back in the days? Yeah, that's a real story.
That's crazy just for him to.
Yeah. Because that was, it wasn't just him, but a record label was the gatekeeper. Mm-hmm. They were the key back then to, you know what I mean?
That's
to
how you got signed?
Nah, that's not how I got signed, but I got signed a year later. He didn't take the CD. Like, I waited. Me and E waited hours. Shit started raining. We had a little personal bottle of E&J, sharing the shit, waiting out there. Like, I just had a feeling he would pull up to the studio. Sure enough, hours later, he pulled up.
Yeah.
I know I told the story before, but he pulled up, hopped out the car. I had a CD, a beat CD I had made, and the first song had like a hook on it. The first 2 songs had hooks. It was for American Gangsta album. And I tried to like hand him the CD. I had put it in volume 3, his album volume 3. I had put the CD inside of that and then made my own cover of his album. It had his cover on it, little black and white printout. Mm-hmm. So I handed him the CD and he looked at it. He's seeing his cover of an album that did not come out yet, by the way. He's like, yo, what the fuck is this? Yeah. I'm like, it's an American Gangsta, like, beat CD. And bro, no bullshit. Nigga looked at it and he was like, I don't want that shit, man. Get that shit to like, man, get that shit to no bullshit. He said, man, get that shit to Tata, Lenny, or one of them, because they was coming in behind him from the car. And I was just crushed, like I was crushed, like I was hurt. We was like, fuck Jay-Z. Like, we walked around the corner to the McDonald's for like 15 minutes. We was like, man, fuck this nigga, bro. We was like, man, he on some bullshit, bro. That's fucked up. Like, boom, boom, boom. I swear, bro, no bullshit. You can ask E. 15 minutes later, we sitting in a McDonald's. Bro, I still pass this McDonald's when I'm in New York. I think about it all the time when I pass it. We was in the McDonald's. And like 15 minutes went by me being hurt. Bro, I love Jay-Z. And he just said, basically, get the fuck out of here. Like, not that crazy, but he said it. So I'm sitting at McDonald's hurt. And after 15 minutes, bro, I had a self-realization where I was like, bro, you tripping. Like, it's not going to happen like this for you. Like, this is a fluke. You throwing a Hail Mary. Like, you trying to pull some fluky shit and like some, nah, bro. Yeah. You got the real thing. It's going to happen for you, but it ain't going to happen like this on some fluke fairy tale story. It's going to happen a different way. And at that time, I let go of all the fuck Jay-Z energy because I realized, like, bro, what was he supposed to do? You know what I mean? And I went home, and a year later, no bullshit, a year later, I got a call that he didn't know who I was. He don't remember me being a kid, but I got a call that Jay-Z wanted to meet me because he heard a few of my songs from Mark Pitts, and he wanted me to come to his office, and of course I ended up getting signed.
That's
so
crazy.
A year later, bro,
that's crazy.
Shit was crazy, but they were the gatekeepers. You know what I mean? Like, the label was the gatekeeper.
But even how that mindset at that time, like to even like be so conscious and understand, like, bro, this man don't owe me shit.
Yes.
You know, like that's in itself, that's a fucking.
You came to that realization pretty good.
Yeah, it's 15 minutes.
But I say that's crazy though, bro, because like he got to do all that right back then, and it's all niggas got to do now. Like, they could just do
exactly.
Yeah.
So I think it do kind of change things a little bit because like you said, your hunger is like more from that process than like just being able to just upload. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this: 2 questions, and you can answer them whichever one you want first. The first question is, do you think rap was in a better space when it was like more gangster rap, more, you know what I'm saying, or is it in a healthier place now with like hyper pop, mumble rap being so, you know, prevalent? And also the next question is, what's your honest opinion on the new generation? What's it missing? You know what I'm saying?
I can't say it was in a better space because that's my favorite. That's
what?
Oh, you need that water?
Weird ass nigga.
It's like signing.
Like, like a baby.
I wasn't trying to interrupt him.
No, you good. Bro, I'm a person that like, I try my best to like accept, like you said earlier, look at what it is, accept it for what it is. So, bro, my favorite era is what I grew up on. That's always gonna be my, like, I can't put nothing past, in my mind mentally, I just look at that era so crazy that like, I really don't put nothing past them.
Yeah.
I would try to jump over the bar, you know what I mean? Like, but in my mind, like, I don't put nothing past them. Now, mind you, the people that's growing up hearing me, they probably not gonna put nothing past that, you know what I mean? But for me to sit here and say like it was in a better space, I can't say that because I really do feel like, yo, I accept it for what it is, you know what I mean? Like, I would say it's nothing that makes me feel how I felt outside of my own, and like, you know what I mean? Like, I try to push myself to that, but bro, I'm grown.
Right.
That's what I was listening to that when I was a kid. Now it's new kids that got their new favorites and boom, boom, boom. And so it's like, I wouldn't feel comfortable being like, hell yeah, that shit was in a better space, boom, boom, boom. Because I don't feel negatively about this space. I feel like this space is clearing the way for the next space. And the next space. Do I feel like we in a golden era right now? No, I can say that. This is not no golden era, you know what I mean? But I feel like that'll turn really soon because of that. It's golden eras, bro. That Future March Madness era, that's a golden era.
Okay,
100%.
What was happening with music at that time, him included, like Drake at that time, like what I was contributing, with Kendrick, like that's a golden era.
Absolutely.
Now guess what? I feel like culturally, we are at the doorstep of another golden era because you feel how you feel and because we feel how we feel. It's like, bro, that's how it works. We at the doorstep right now.
How do you feel about first week numbers?
They changed. They don't. It's not black and white like it used to be.
What do you mean?
Like back in the days when there was gatekeepers and record labels and that barrier of entry was what it was, you knew it was clear to see what was a success and what was a flop. I remember Cannabis' first album, like this was a big deal back then.
Who?
Cannabis. You ever heard his rapper named Cannabis? So he was a rapper that like, he was the one. He was insane. I'm talking about he's the rapper that other rappers feared. Like he was coming up and probably the other rappers that was nice at the time was probably looking like, all right, what he gonna do? Cause he was vicious. And his first album came out. And at that time, bro, his album was considered a flop. And at that time, he probably did, I don't even know the numbers, we could check the numbers, but he did hundreds of thousands, you know what I mean? Like maybe 100, maybe 200, but he didn't do 20, you know what I mean? He did hundreds and he was a flop. It was easier back then because you could see what everybody was doing. We could judge what the top is doing, and I'm not saying he was a flop, but that was the conversation. Right. I ain't think I was flop. I love the album, but that's how high the bar was set.
Right.
These days, bro, you can literally legit do 8,000 your first week, 10,000 your first week, and the world, if they find out, they could spin a narrative like you flop. But the truth is, no, the fuck you didn't, because you might be selling out 3,000 a night. You know what I mean? And you got a real career and a real fan base, and these sales ain't even based off the amount of people. They based on streams. Like, god damn, that's hard. We can't even quantify it and how many people bought your albums. It's how many people stream. So it's like, I feel like you can do 10 today, 15, 20, and it's not a flop. It's situational.
But my question to you is, so you do agree that first week numbers equals whether you flopped or not? That's kinda what I'm asking.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. I think back in the days, that was a conversation, but I don't feel like that applies to today.
Yeah, I hate how it's a scale of measurement too.
Oh man, but it's the biggest. And
you think it's the biggest scale of measurement?
Unfortunately,
I don't think people give. I mean, of course, you would know better than me because you probably more in it.
You don't think people give a fuck?
I think it's a fake conversation. I think it's just a way to like either praise who you like or to shit on who you don't like. But it's like, man, nobody really care. If you my favorite artist and you did 4,000 your first week, you think I'm gonna be like, Man.
No, but I think if you wanted to, I think a lot of people don't have a mind for their own to where if they wanted to check something out and they look and see it did bad, they wouldn't even bother.
Yeah, that's why it's fucked up.
Because I think people just don't have a mind for their
Well, they
own.
wouldn't have checked out anyways.
Hmm?
They wouldn't have checked it anyways. Like hearing that scenario,
Unless
it's like,
somebody, unless they saw a
Right.
bunch of people saying that it was good.
well,
Right,
there
'cause
you
it was an
go.
album
That
I
should be
wanted to really listen to just because
yeah.
it sold 8,000. I'm still gonna listen to it. So.
Okay. And this is something that we kind of talked about a little bit off camera. Do you think that journalists are the problem? You know, or like, do you think like
What you mean?
like these social media journalists, right? Or not even just social media journalists, just the journalists that I say social media because it's not like people are writing blogs anymore, or
Right.
writing in newspapers.
It's not like these are magazines and shit.
Exactly. So
Right.
I say like internet journalists, podcast journalists, social media journalists, you know, with the swing these narratives and these opinions. Do you think that it plays like personally? I know that first week numbers have been around for forever, but I think for this generation, academics is very responsible for first week numbers becoming prominence in the newer generation. We didn't know it wasn't a thing. He was the one posting them, like yo, this person did this.
Really?
In 2016, he was the first person on YouTube talking about it. He was for our generation.
Mm-hmm.
No one else was speaking on our music but him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, which isn't a bad thing. I'm just noting that. So, do you think that social media journalists sometimes play a
Bro,
Yeah, my bad. I'm listening. Do
kind
I?
of doing cold, like you know.
Yeah, for sure.
do you think the narrative that social media journalists spin play a part in hip hop? I want to be, if you want me to get specific, like I have a very specific.
Yes, so I can understand better.
Joe Budden with first person shooter.
Mm-hmm.
I think he aggressively came at the track with it felt like there was already a personal vendetta towards Drake, which made it a thing to where it was like, oh, Drake got washed. Oh, Drake may not be that guy. Oh, it's clear who the better contender is. When not looking at it from the standpoint of, man, I think what his first contributor to that song made it the song it is. It gave it the energy. You know? It made it like,
sure.
it made it a club record. It made it
sure.
a festival record. You know what I'm saying? But he addressed it so aggressively from a like bars, you know, which was what I mean by journalists and their narratives.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that sometimes it plays a part in swing? Even academics, sometimes academics can be very aggressive towards certain artists he doesn't like when it comes to like information or how he feels about someone's career.
No, I don't think that they, you know, the specific incident you talking about, like that's a different conversation. We can have that conversation. But in terms of, in general, do I think the media, the online media, do I think it's a problem or do I think they're a part of the problem? It's like, nah, I don't actually. I think music is the leader. Like I think the artists lead the conversation. Now they can spin it a certain way, you know what I mean? But like ultimately, we lead the conversation, and artists benefit from that conversation. It's like basketball. It's like, yo, at one point in time, these dudes were smoking cigarettes in the locker room, showing up to the game high as fuck, drunk. Nigga, they was practicing in the high school. There was no money in the league like there is now. A part of the reason why dudes can make $50 million a year is because there's a media-generated industry that feeds stories and our attention. Yo, we want to know how LeBron feeling this year. We want to know how KD feeling. You know what I mean? We want to know this information. We actually love the drama. And that's what it's like. You can't have $50 million a season, and even the lowest guys in the league, some of the role players getting $15 million a year, $10 million a year. Like that ship doesn't get that high without these media narratives supporting the ecosystem. You know what I mean? So to me, it's like, yes. Now, does that shit get toxic in sports? Hell yeah, that shit can get toxic in sports. And can players really be mentally affected by the narratives? And yes, that absolutely happens. You know what I mean? So is that a problem? Yeah. And does that happen in rap? 100%. The media's the conversation can be toxic. If you're not protective of your energy, you can get wrapped up in that shit and then be affected mentally. You know what I mean? You can be hurt, you can be distraught, you can be depressed, you can react a certain way. Oh, they think such and such. Oh, they think he said this about he saying he said. You know, it can cause you if you're not protecting your energy to move in a certain way. But that's life. It's a part, you know what I mean?
Yeah, opinions are definitely a part of it.
Exactly. So it's like they just boosting them shits, but it's like imagine the game, imagine the music industry where nobody cared to talk about it.
Right.
And nobody cared to come up with a narrative or spin a narrative. Although it sucks when the narrative is trash and it's toxic and it might be whack or it might be personal, like the incident you talking about where it might feel a little personal. It's like, yo, bro, this is what we signed up for.
People gotta like start making like their own decisions too, though. Like just cause someone says something or spin a narrative.
Yeah, but I don't think that'll never happen.
Like go with it. Like a blog can say something, everybody would think like it's true, but it's like, bro,
I just don't think
like have your own like discernment.
I think we're heading even more down a path of people following more into what other people think. I don't think we're going towards a path of more people making their own decisions. Unfortunately, and that sounds terrible, but that's just truly.
People really believe everything that's posted.
Everything.
No, that's real. That's real.
Everything.
That's real.
Everything, and it's crazy. It's crazy, but it's like, I don't feel bad though. Like I never go and be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't say this because these folks gonna believe it. I just think people are stupid and oh well. You know what I'm saying?
And I also hate how people think like if Cole and Drake get on the song together, it's like they gotta be trying to like out rap each other and shit. Like,
it's them two and Kendrick.
And Kendrick, yeah, like they could just make good songs. Like it don't always gotta be like.
That sucks, right? That's so unfortunate because with first person shooter, like thing about about the boy that I always respect is that he's not always trying to outshine. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that song specifically, he did exactly the role he played for that record was what he should have done.
Mm-hmm.
I think he could have handled it differently, but I don't think he cared to. You know, I don't think he was trying to out rap you.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was trying to finish the song.
For sure.
And you went crazy though. I ain't gonna lie.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate that.
Yeah,
I agree with that though. By the way, I do think though, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I understand what you're saying, but Drake knows. Like, I agree. Like, in that moment, he chose the song over the competition and what they gonna say. Boom, boom, boom. And that takes like a level of egolessness. That's it's just you putting your ego to the side. Like, yo, I want to make the best song for what we have available right now. I want to make the best song. You know what I mean? Knowing that maybe maybe he knew the risk of what that might come with. Maybe he knew the narrative might come out. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I will say that the tree and the cloth that I'm cut from, and that he's cut from, and that Kendrick is cut from, you expect that. You know what I mean? Like you coming up with maybe the music that you was making at 16 and like maybe just stepping into these other events. Yeah. I understand that you approaching it from a different mindset where it's like, yo, you're not really a part of like the culture of this event.
Yeah, we don't come from that.
Y'all don't come from that. And that's cool. I love that. I love that y'all don't. I love what y'all but we do. You know what I mean? Like Drake ain't looking at it like I'm gonna take Cole fucking head off at some point. Don't think he not looking at it like nah, we just gonna make the bet. Nah, he come from that cloth. Yeah. So true. He at some point in time, he gonna want his lick back. Yeah. Like, oh, that's what y'all think? All right, bet. Oh, y'all same thing you did. Yeah. That's what you did with your career. Oh, that's what y'all think? All right, bet. Yeah. But he's cut from that cloth, and we all are. You know what I mean? And the people that are under the same tree that we're under, because we didn't start the tree. We just happen to be under this tree. They cut from that cloth. Like
I had to grow into that bag of like, oh, I'm gonna show y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I think the majority of my generation is not that world of giving a flying fuck what you thought about my verse.
Nah, I love that.
So, I want to skim past, but first person shooter did go number 2. How'd you feel about that? It was like battling for number 1 with.
No, I didn't go number 2. It went number 1. But if it would have went number 2, it wouldn't have I wouldn't have.
I thought Academics posted the top 200 Billboard top 200, and I don't give a fuck.
All the stuff on Billboard still has it as number 1, and then like other reports that it
swapped it.
Nah, it never. The other song never went number one. Like, but what happened was, it started outpacing the streaming. So it would have went, honestly, if it would have had another 3 or 4 days, it would have probably went number one. You know what pushed the first person shooter over the edge? And I know this because this is Eve telling me this. It's not like I'm checking for this. Because honestly, if the other song would have went number one, it's like, bro, I'm cool. I almost feel better not having my first number one be off of Drake alley-oop. You know what I mean? Like, I love Drake, and I love that I'm a part of that moment with him, with Michael Jackson. But it's like, bro, it's like getting a Grammy with 21. It's like, bro, I love that for you. Yeah. Shit, I almost don't, nah, I want y'all to keep me right where y'all had me. You know what I mean? Grammy-less, nigga. Don't throw me no sympathy Grammys, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want none of that. So I feel the same way about the number one, where it's like, yo, I'm grateful I'm a part of it, but if the other song would have went number one, nigga, I'm still grateful I'm a part. I wasn't at home like, come on, y'all, pick up the streams, man. We gotta beat this motherfucking Yeet. Come on, nah. I wasn't doing that. So, but just to tell you, because I know the story, what got first person shooter to number one was me and Drake fans still buy, I guess fans of me actually in this scenario, still buy iTunes. Still buy singles. Wow. So the physical sale, not the physical, but the digital actual sales of the song.
Old DJ shit. That's that old DJs and shit.
Yeah, no doubt, for sure. Somebody out there, like, I don't know who's still buying them bitches, but, appreciate y'all.
I completely forgot you can buy
Bro,
singles.
I didn't even know that shit was, when he was telling me that, he was like, it's cause your fans still buy, or some of your fans still buy singles. I'm like, where they buying that shit from? He's like, from iTunes. I'm like, well, I'm got Apple Music. What you mean? Yeah. Nigga, I went to my phone and I'm like, yo, there's an iTunes on my phone. Like, bro, I didn't even know that shit.
Completely different app.
Niggas never go to it.
Never.
Nah, hell no.
That's crazy.
So yeah, it didn't go. It went number one, but if it would have went number two, it would have been cool.
Sick. So I want to talk about real quickly, and I'm just curious. I want to reference Honestly Nevermind. Mm-hmm. Has that ever inspired you to create a different genre of music? Have you ever
that album in particular, or have I ever been in general?
Maybe have you ever 100%, been in general?
100%. And I've toyed around with things that never been released. But I would say that it's just that with what I do, with where my heart is at, with where like I love, I got unfinished business. And I've been like, the fall off that I'm working on now, it's like, yo, I can never truly get because you got to immerse yourself like you did with your album just now. It's like when you go that route, you got to immerse.
Absolutely.
And because I've had a goal for a long time of how I wanted this thing to go, I flirted with it, but never had time to really dive in. And what I'm wondering is, after I finish my breakfast in this regard, will that open me up and to be more free and to go explore some of those things? Because there's a lot of stuff I love, and there's a lot of stuff I want to do, and there's a lot of amazing stuff that I feel that, at least to me, I'm like, damn, this shit is so hard, but it don't necessarily fit with what my end goal is.
So you feel like with this album, is it something on your chest? Like, is it something on your, is it something that's on your back? Is it something you want to, like, what is it with the fall off? Do you think, like, is it?
It's funny because, like, I don't know, like, how much I want to give out, but I also can't stop myself. As you can see, once I get going, I can't stop myself from talking. So
I get it.
So to not give away too much is like, years ago, this is 2015, after my biggest album, 2014 Forest Hill Drive, I got off tour. I was doing music on tour, like I was making beats on the bus, writing here and there, but I was chilling for the most part. I was working, but it wasn't any type of urgency. So I got home, bro, I was comfortable. I was comfy. Watching TV with wifey, like I was watching TV shows for the first time, bro, since I was in my teens. Like I watched, at the time it was Narcos. I'm watching full series. I never did that shit. How to Get Away with Murder. It was this random ass show called Odd Mom Out. Like I was comfy on the couch chilling. I had never done this because I had been going nonstop with a big goal. So every now and then every day I open my laptop up, try to make a beat, and then I try to write. And then when I start writing, I'll be like, man, this shit kind of ass, if I'm being honest with myself. It's nothing about what I'm writing the past few days or the past few weeks that's like impressing me. And it was like, oh, you hella comfortable. And a lot of the skill set that I came in the game with, I started as a sharp rapper. And I still was at that time, but I got sharp in other areas. I came in sharp on some secret recipe that's how I came in the game.
Right.
Well, came in the game. When I was a teenager, that's how sharp I was in my early 20s.
Right.
By the time Forest Hill Drive came out, I was a storyteller, album maker, song maker, Love Yours, Emotional, boom, boom. I had lost some of that bite. And I was trying to get that shit back. I'm like, yo, go write a fire verse, like with bars and boom, boom. And them shits was falling flat. And I was like, oh, you lost a step in this regard. Are you comfortable? And it was like, yo, and I had a real talk with myself. I was like, yo, bro, you accomplished a lot. That album was, you know what I mean? That shit went crazy. The tour went crazy. It's like, yo, you made it to where you wanted to make it to. Do you even want to keep going? Or do you want to just like chill, go start a family and like just chill? Like, are you cool? Do you want to retire right now? And I had the honest conversation with myself. I thought, and I was like, what's the answer? And I felt the answer immediately. And it was like, nah, not yet. Why? I want to be able to dunk again, damn near. I want to, if I go out and close the chapter, not saying I will, but if I do, I want to do it at the highest level of achievement and skill set that I ever been in my life. You know what I mean? So I was like, yo, that's going to take time. So since then, I was like, oh, there's an album for this. Mm-hmm. And I ain't know the name. And over time, the name and the story and my skills grew. And the songs, you know what I mean? So like, I'm already saying like a lot, but it's like, bro. Yeah. So your point, is there something on my chest? No, bro. It's something I want to prove for myself. Right. It's a level I want to reach for myself. And all of them features have just been exercises and getting better and pushing myself to ultimately sharpening the sword to ultimately end up to that.
Mm-hmm. Let's get into your entire career. You know, it's kind of been the battle between the big three. You know, with you, you know, the boy and Dot. Where do you think you stand in that big three?
When you say where do I think, like to myself or to the world? I mean, it's two different things.
Yeah, I mean, to the world, that narrative is switched. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
I'm curious what you think, like to the world. Though.
Well, obviously to himself, he thinks he's number one. Yeah. But if you said anything other than that, I would look at you different. Like,
yeah,
as a rapper, that's how we.
Yeah, I'm not going. Like, I would never verbally say I'm better than any one of them niggas because I respect the swords. Like, I know what they are capable of at all times. But at the end of the day, like, I got supreme confidence in my ability and myself. So it's like I'm never gonna put another shit.
Same. That's how I hopped on that song. You know, that's why I let that song come out. No, for real though, because I was so confident in myself that I didn't think anyone could say anything about that verse.
Yeah.
For real, I think it's just the rapper in you. If any true rappers like you, confidence is like. Then always people ask me like about what to become a rapper. Like, what do it take? Confidence. Mm-hmm. You have to believe what you're saying. Whatever you jotting down or typing down or however people do their own thing, you have to believe that shit. Even if you ain't telling the truth, you got to believe it because it has to sound. I got to hear it and
yes.
your tone of delivery, I have to believe that.
It got to resonate with you first.
Exactly.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like that shit got to.
Wait, a question I want to ask both of y'all though is, you know, like becoming a rapper, I know that's difficult in itself to like become like a big rapper and shit, but like, remaining one though, especially like year after year, like you, like I'm like, what's like how, like how? Like,
I'm gonna tell you that, and I feel like, of course you're gonna answer, but I feel like it gotta, like without even talking to you, I know you have to. Maybe because you so young that it's like maybe you ain't experienced it yet. So I'll just answer. And first, what I want to say to that other question about like what the world sees, like because I had a verse maybe a couple years ago on one of them Drake joints, Pipe Down. I put a little freestyle on it. And then I talked about how they threw the bronze at me, basically talking about how, like, you know, behind Drake and Dot, yeah, them niggas are superstars. I had this verse where I talked about that.
Some people say that I'm running third. They threw the bronze at me. Behind Drake and Dot, yeah, them niggas are superstars to me. Maybe deep down, I'm afraid of my luminosity. So when you see me on red carpets, I'm moving awkwardly.
But on the song, what I'm saying, but people took that as like, man, he's saying he third. Like, Cole, you ain't third. Why you gonna say that? Like, boom, boom, boom. Or like either see, he say third. Like, just to clarify, like, I was not saying, I said they, meaning there's some people that threw, there's some people that throw the gold too. There's some people that throw the silver. But in that line, there was no part of me that's like, man, I'm in third place. Damn, like, nah, no sir. Like, I don't view myself like that.
Absolutely not.
To your question about like staying a rapper or staying, at least I take that as like staying high level.
Yeah.
Bro, that shit is like, I don't know how it is for you, because like I said, you so young, but it's like for me, doing this shit for as long as I have and like still trying to push myself, is like, bro, you gotta find ways to fall back in love with this shit. Like you gotta find ways to it's like a relationship. Like y'all, you know, y'all also so young that it's like, I don't know what the longest relationship you've been in, but I look at couples that's been married for a long time, and I know now from life experience that like, man, that shit didn't always feel like it felt when y'all first met. That's not how it always felt. People get married thinking that like, I'm meeting you and this shit feel like this and we on a high and I'm gonna marry you because, man, this shit been feeling like this for a year straight. I already know I got my person. It's gonna feel like this forever. Shit, that first year after you get married or 2 years after you get married and that shit don't feel the same, like, then it's like, damn, I guess we not supposed to be married. No, you gotta now find a new way to fall in love with this person from this valley that y'all in. You gotta find a way to get back to the peak. So what does that take? Man, we gotta go on more dates. I gotta listen more. I gotta turn this IG off because they keep suggesting all the baddest bitches. Like, I gotta stop looking that way so I could just focus on this and appreciate what I got. Boom, boom. So similar to a relationship where you look at people that have been married 40, 50 years, like how many times did they have to fall back in love with each other? How many times could they not stand each other within that 40, 50 years? And how many times did they say, you know what, instead of separating, we're gonna make it work and I gotta re-fall back in love with you. Similar to me, it's like that with music and rap. It's like, man, I had to pull myself out these lows and push myself out the lows. Nigga, I'm putting myself through drills. I'm 7-minute drills. Like, nigga, just write some shit. I don't give a fuck what it is. Just write something. Like, be better. Like, even if it's trash, at least you got something out. That'll open the door for something that's hard. Like, I'll do that. I'll go back and listen to my favorite shit. I'll listen to some new shit. I don't even know this nigga. Like, what is this? Oh, this nigga, it's Yeet. Man, this shit hard. Like, boom, boom, boom. Even it's like Soulja Boy. Even if I don't do nothing you doing, it's just being open and receptive to what you got going on. So it's like just finding new ways to constantly inspire myself. And it's not always easy, bro. Like, and I don't know if you've experienced that, like being so young. Have you fallen out of love with this ever?
No, I think I had a strong love with wanting to gain respect, which was a long road for me.
Yes.
Which was like, and I'm still on it now. So it was never falling out of love. It was in love with the hunger for respect.
Yes.
You know, it was a long yellow brick road that I'm still traveling down. That and finding myself as an artist again, because like we talked about earlier briefly, I blew up so fast, so quick, and my mind was so immature and undeveloped at the time to develop just in front of the lens of the world, where I'm figuring out myself as a man and at the same time as an artist what I love. So I think it's a combination of humbly hungry for respect and learning what's my purpose, you know, all together at the same time. So that was my thing, you know. And I think relevancy was never a thing for me because I've always been fucking cool, you know. And I just always, again, it's that confidence. I always knew what I could do. I just had to figure out how to do it at a high level, like the greats or like the A-list artists. You know what I'm saying? Because it's tiers, you know. And I refuse to associate myself with average tier artists.
I think it's something. I think it's something a lot of people don't think about though. Like even like say if you're coming up and you want to be a rapper and shit, you just think about like making it as a rapper and becoming one. But you don't think about like sustaining.
Absolutely.
And I watch you do that shit in many different ways. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. They don't even know, like, this shit is like crazy shit.
No, and
what you mean when you say, oh, my fault. I was gonna say, what do you see him do where you like, damn?
Like, what's something I see you
that
do?
That shows his like passion or his drive.
Make strike.
You seen him make strike?
Like not see him make it, but like this, the fact that he made that song, like, to me, it's like a real layered song to me. It's not like something somebody can just go in there and
Facts.
Like you really got a song like Strike. I feel like you really got to think about it, and then to make it at this point in your career, it's like you said, you got to have like that want, that love for it to make a song like that.
Can we get the story behind Strike?
I don't know. It was a freestyle.
You freestyle that shit?
Yeah, so I thought you was gonna say something. He's literally seen every moment of my career, and I thought he was gonna say something so much more passionate. But Strike was a 6-minute freestyle that I was.
That's crazy, yo. He built me up so crazy for
did.
Strike.
Dude,
I'm like, yo, tell us more.
Some good shit. I was like, 'cause he
I was about to
done
run
seen
through a
the
list of
lowest,
things
the
now.
low.
No,
He
I
was
was
like,
about to run
Mitch
through.
Strike. I was like, what the
What did you
No,
think?
I was about to
What
run
did
through
you
a
think
list
he was
of
gonna say?
I just don't know. I mean, he's been with me since like when I was living in my mom's house. He was there, so like I thought he could have said anything.
I was about to run through a list of things.
Yeah, but you started.
Is it the fact that he's made Strike at this point in his career?
I like the song, bitch. Huh?
Is it the fact that he made Strike at this point in his career? Is that
Yes.
what like blows your mind? Like,
Yeah,
damn, like bro, it's like, how you gonna make at this point? How you gonna level up with this? Like, cause you seen him from then, and he's still making cutting
And
edge
that's like
shit.
my point of just like
Also, it's also maybe making Strike after literally the run of like that rock album, you know, and just like, and then before that, you know, being with Drake and, you know, just, you know, doing stuff over there and just like, I think, and then before that, Act Up, City Girl stuff, and just all the shit that comes before. More importantly, doing that rock album and then saying, let's go back in there and then we make Strike. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
There was no intention behind Strike. It's just, that's a song when you're just in the studio. For me, it's just like, that's just catching a vibe.
You knew that when you did Strike, you knew it was one. Like you knew it was
I never
special.
know. Never
So
know.
why'd you put it out? What made you put that one out?
I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know.
it was going like kind of crazy.
Well, I think it was the leak.
Oh,
No,
it
that's
leaked?
Poland. Strike.
That's
didn't-
Poland,
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah. My
his
little sister leaked it.
I'm for no crushed ice in my soda. Perky got it stuck like a holster. It's a gun in my holster.
My little sister's on TikTok, like just listening to it, and it went viral.
Whoa.
That's what it was. I'm tripping. I would have never probably. I'm one of those guys who don't put shit out that I probably would never put Strike.
That means you got fire just sitting in the drive.
Yeah. Well,
that you not
I mean,
putting out.
Maybe, but I got lucky. That was my sister. That was my little sister. Just I send my sister everything, you know, cause she's young. She's 20, so
Wow.
like she's just in that world of like on the internet, on TikTok, Twitter all day, loving music. So like I'll send her shit and just like see what she gravitate to. Cause for the longest I thought she hated my music. When I found out she was secretly loving it, that's when I was like, oh shit, that's cool.
Damn,
You know,
that's
that's
hard.
my sister. So I sent her shit and she just posted a video and it went insane. That's where that came from.
That's fire.
Let's get into this huge, infamous mystery Kendrick Cole tape. Was that out for real?
Oh yeah, for a second, because this was before his first album. This might have even been before mine type shit. I'm not sure, but I'm doing this podcast, by the way, like closer to the album. It's like I get into all of this, but it's so in depth, it's crazy. But we get into the story. But in a nutshell, he had came to see. He had pulled up on me at No ID spot. This is after we was already like building a relationship, and I had these beats at the time, and I was playing it for him. We had was that our first time linking? High Power one of the beats at the time? High Power was one of the beats. There's a gang of beats I gave him. Some of them like maybe had a hook on them and a verse, this, that, and the third. So he took them, and you know, in that moment we talked about, yo, bro, we should do a project. You know what I mean? Like at that time he not on like that. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm fucking with him. I had met him. I get into that whole story on the thing we doing, but I'm just like, yo, we should do a project. I think at that time, him being so excited, because that's a look for him at that point. So I think he went to Twitter, like, me and J. Cole got something crazy coming. And he put up a picture of us.
Yeah.
And from that moment, the fan base he had at the time, mixed with mine, was like, what you mean by that?
Yeah.
So when he did an interview or whatever, that's what I'm thinking happened at the time. I don't have the exact memory, but when he did an interview or whatever, they asked him, he's like, yeah, we doing a project, boom, boom, boom. I believe that's how it happened. But it wasn't. We did really, in that moment, talk about it. Then, a couple months before his first album came out, we worked on a bus, and he came to Fayetteville. We worked on the bus. There's a picture of like us on the, I'm going to say that for the podcast. There's a picture of us or whatever. I get the whole thing. But he came and we did a few more songs on the bus. So at one point, it was a real thing. But bro, time in life, we ain't never got a chance to like really go in.
Right.
and do it correctly, because that would take time, bro. For us to do something like
Yeah.
that's full of our potential, that meets our real potential, bro, that you're gonna need time, like
Years maybe.
yeah, maybe years, maybe at least a year. You feel me? And bro, when you got two successful artists with lives and families, it's like, bro, that's hard to do.
One of the longest living rumors.
Yeah, for sure. We put it to bed years ago, but at one point in time, it was a conversation for sure.
That and Detox are like holy grails that like no one will ever
Yeah,
hear.
but
Real or not.
no, that's real. But it's not like it's a ton of songs. You know what I mean? It's not like it's some album sitting on the shelf somewhere. It's like it was you know, yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Dre got hella songs that just he probably had 30 versions of Detox that just probably never came out.
Really?
I'm assuming. Yeah, bro, he had crazy shit.
What do you strive for at this point?
What do I strive for? Like creatively?
It doesn't have to be creatively. It could just be like in your career.
Oh. Fulfillment. Right now, life fulfillment, obviously, like that's a whole nother conversation, but artistically, creatively, career-wise, fulfillment.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, my fulfillment comes from ability, like shocking myself, impressing myself, setting the bar high, where I could press play on you, and I know. Same when you play me your album, I'm telling you it's phenomenal, but you already knew. You know what I mean? You were grateful that I acknowledged that your album is phenomenal, but you already knew. Like, I strive for that level of like ability and excellence. That's what I'm striving for right now. Like, how can I push? Because I know when I do that, it'll have a ripple effect. You know what I mean? It'll have a ripple effect in the world in a positive way, like in terms of the stuff that the conversation we having and musically, like, yo, it ain't for that. I'm not doing it to inspire, but I know that it will at the end of the day. Like, it'll push things. But first and foremost, I'm doing it selfishly because I just want to be able to say, yo, I just did some crazy shit, bro. Listen.
Yeah.
And it just be like, bro, thank God that I was capable of that. You know what I mean? That I was a vessel for that, and would like sharpen my sword to be able to do that. That's what I strive for.
So piggyback off that, when you start rapping?
12, 13.
So what was your ideal motive with becoming a rapper? Like what was
when I first started, I was a kid that like, bro, I wanted to be in, like, I just kind of, when I was a little kid, I think I just wanted to be.
Well, you started taking it seriously.
When I started taking it serious, it was skill, it was ability. When I took it serious, the same rapper I told you about earlier, Cannabis, Eminem when he first came out, Nas, it was ability, bro. It was like,
so wanting to be respected, or wanting to be known as like.
Yeah, I want to go down as
one of those ones.
Yeah.
So, and do you believe
the one?
Right.
When I was younger.
Right.
The one.
What about now?
Nah, that's impossible. You know what I mean? Like, I understand it's impossible, but guess what? I'm gonna strive to get as close as possible. You know what I mean? But no, that's an impossible feat. I let that go.
Do you believe it's important to have a motive as an artist?
No. I mean, that's the only way that I know. But no, like, why? It's, you know, at the end of the day, it's art. So it's like, who can tell you that you got to have a motive and some sort of standards and some sort of nah, like that's restrictive. And if it was for that, the music that we love wouldn't be here. If somebody told the dudes that started hip hop that was playing records in the park and looping up little parts of the record, if somebody would have told them they had to take their craft serious and boom boom, or somebody would have told the dudes that was like the MCs in the park that was really just supporting the DJ, if somebody would have told them to take their craft more seriously, we wouldn't be where we are now, because them dudes were just living life and being free. Yep. It's the man in the place to be. Flex on the place to be. That nigga wasn't taking himself too serious. Like,
some bars in there.
Yeah, like he was just trying to hype the party up.
Yeah. Some bars was like.
They was like, it was a fun element. And because they did what they did in those first block parties and those first whatever hip hop records, where it's like they might not have been taking themselves that serious, they probably inspired the people that did take it more serious. And then you end up 20 years later and you get, or 15 years later something, you get Nas, Illmatic. You don't get the Illmatic without having some shit that wasn't that serious. You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like it all is valid.
Yeah.
Everything is valid. Like, and everything will find its audience.
Yeah.
And everybody's audience is valid. Who you to tell me that the shit that I do ain't, or the shit that I like ain't valid? And who am I to tell you that the shit that you do It's not valid. And that's where we were wrong. That's where I was wrong to be like, damn, this nigga Yachty, like, I don't know. Like, that's not my cup of tea. Like, fuck, what's going on? Same way it was wrong of you. Of course, you were 16. It's not really that wrong to be like, man, fuck all that lyrical shit. We was disrespecting each other's craft, yeah.
Okay. What? Let me ask you this. I'm not sure if you answered this, but in life before, but what do you think your best project is?
That's tough because my project, like I have commercial albums, but I find my mixtapes as valid projects. They albums to me. You know what I mean? But out of my commercial albums is for sure Forest Hills Drive. Like that's my heart. Like where I was at in my life, what I had to do to like where I was at to be able to make that. That's like
out of everything though.
Oh, out of everything, it's neck and neck probably with like a Friday Night Lights. You know what I mean? But I got this joint called a Come Up, my first one. That's like I don't even know if people know about that shit. But it's like I've recently within the past few years went back to listen. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like that shit's crazy. But that's more like a true mixtape. It's not really like an album.
Which one has like Dead President freestyle on it?
That's the warm up. That's the warm up. But that's Dead Presidents 2. The first Dead President freestyle I had was, I don't think that ever came out. I don't know. But I did 2 Dead Presidents. So the one you talking about I think is the warm up. Yeah.
Is the upcoming album called The Fall Off? Is that a direct contrast to the Come Up?
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, it's got a lot of
You said you did not want to answer that.
Nah, cause it's like I don't want to spill too much. Cause it's almost that time.
Yeah.
But it ain't all the way time yet. But when it is time, it's like I plan to be more like. But I will say that's an intelligent question, and yeah, there is a correlation for sure.
All right, cool. Let's move on. Did it ever bother you being called like a boring rapper?
When I was more insecure, for sure. Like when that first started happening, 100%. That was like a fuck y'all mean. Like damn, like what? Yeah.
Make you want to like make other stuff like.
No, not that necessarily, but other things would make me want to make other stuff. Like I think I talk about this too in the thing, but I think there was a time when I was outside a little too much early in my career, and when you outside a lot and you hear who really run that shit, which is that boy Drizzy Drake. And you know and whoever else was going crazy at that time. This is like 2012, 2013. When you outside and you hear who really running them clubs, that was like that's what made me be like,
it's an eye opener. Damn,
like yo, But I just had to realize as I got older, like, and as my security in myself came back to me, cause that's what I was secure. It wasn't until comments and shit, boom, boom, where you start like growing insecure. But it wasn't until my security came back and my confidence in myself where I realized, like, man, that's what that man do. So even when you ask me, like, where do I put myself? The real truth is, yo, we all do something probably that the next can't do as well. And Drake does a lot of things that I do not do that well. You know what I mean? And in those moments, I would feel that. I'd be outside like, man, this nigga got anthems and club and boom, boom, boom. Like, but as I got older, I had realized, man, that's what he does. That's his gift. And if you want to be good at that, but you got to go learn that. Yeah. You got to go do what he did. He had to put in work to figure out how to run that event. Yeah. I look at that event that Drake does, like him and Jay are the best to ever do it. Meaning rappers with those anthems, like those they got bars, but they not over barring you, but they can fit right in the club and right in your car and boom, boom, boom. And to run that event, I look at that like the hurdles. Yeah. Because you got to be able to run fast, but then you also got to jump a hurdle. Like, it's not just about running. It's like, bro, beat selection, your hook.
You got to find the balance. You put them next to each other when it comes to, like, making hits?
No, I'm not saying that Jay-Z got more hits than Drake. Drake got more hits than anybody. What I'm saying is the type of hits. Jay-Z got cultural hits, shit that might not even have popped up on high on the Billboard. But they cultural hits that the DJ could play in the club, probably to this day, but especially back then. Allow me to reintroduce myself on the home, and then Dirt Off Your Shoulder, which was maybe a more pop version of that hit. And then he'll have Give It To Me. Boom. He was the first Drake in terms of he didn't have the
singing,
the versatility in terms of singing and shit like that. Yeah. But in terms of having a chokehold on us in the club and on us and our cars and that us like Nah, yeah, I put them for sure next to each other in that regard. But nah, Drake for sure. He is the all-time gold medalist in the hurdle.
Yes,
the hurdle event, which is started from the bottom, guys playing, fucking, you know, like all of these, jump man, like he's the all-time gold medalist in those. Like it's like one of them, you know how you got certain sports where it's like, oh, that record will never be beaten. Yeah. He's pushed it to that level where he got so many of those, but the only person close is Jay, you know what I mean? And I don't know, I'll be interested to know if we go paper for paper, thing for thing, who. Yeah. But Drake is like, the gold medals is crazy in that world. So yeah, hearing those will make me, to your point, hearing those back then had me like, damn, like they ain't playing my shit in here. You know what I mean? Like they ain't playing my shit in this club.
Was that like around the time you made like Who Dat?
No, it was before that. Who Dat? Because if I knew what I knew, I put Who Dat out thinking it was a real, like it could do something. That rapping ass, that rapping ass record ain't have a chance at radio or ain't have a chance in the club. You know what I mean? So like that was before I was like in tune with like, damn. It was before that.
Can we talk about your moment in basketball? You know, when you
That's fire. I didn't expect that.
You just went in like, I was like a super side mission.
It's crazy. Insane.
It was insane to watch.
Yeah, you had real hoop dreams.
Hell yeah.
But you did it like on some like.
It's crazy.
Not some masterpiece shit because he did 10 days, but like on some, really just on some you shit. I mean, I don't know really, or Shaq West did it too, but like you really went and played, you know, like, and you went around the world to play, like, so that's real dedication.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What was that like? Let's start with that. What was that like?
No, it was fire. First of all, experience wise, like, bro, it's one of the best experiences of my life because it was just so different, and I got to do something that I wanted to do. You know what I mean? So like experience wise, it was crazy. Bro, I went through training camp. You know what I mean? Like, I you know, and I worked hard, quietly, for years to be able to go
and do that.
You know, but to your point about how, it's like, bro, the day I signed my deal, and I'm not trying to act like I was some star basketball player. I was not. I was like a role player in high school. You know what I mean? Like a starter by my senior year. Lost my spot to my best friend because I was like, had an attitude with the coach. This nigga done, now I'm a 6 man coming off the bench in high school. Got my spot back by the end of the year, but nigga, I probably averaged 6.3 points in my senior year. Like I was not nice in games because I was so nervous on the court. Outside playing pickup, I had raw talent and ability, but I always looked at myself like, man, you could be somebody. I just never had nothing. So, you know, as I got older, I got better. My probably peak skill level was like 22, 23. I was athletic, boom, boom. And I always had music in my mind, but I always had this basketball itch still. Like, man, if you really would have worked and knew the program and did the right things that these guys are doing, what could you have done? So the day I signed my deal, bro, I thought to myself quietly, I was like, man, all right, I'm 24. If I can blow up in the next 3 years, I'll only be 27. Okay, if I can train for a couple years after that, maybe I can go play overseas. Bro, I was plotting on this shit from when I signed my deal. It's just that it took me way longer to get to a comfortable place. Yeah. So once I got to that Forest Hills Drive album and I got off tour and I could breathe and watch TV, the thought came back, yo, this might be a good time.
Damn.
But, so I slowly started picking the ball back up, doing drills, but I ain't had a protocol. And then now, a few years then went by and I'm looking at the time, I'm like, bro, you about to run out of time. Like, you still got your legs, you still got your strength. Like, bro, it's now or never. Or you gonna be 60 looking back like, fuck, I never did. And that shit was in my mind the whole time. So, bro, I worked for years, like just training every fucking day. And I still didn't, you know, I'm grateful for the opportunity. I still didn't go out there and ball out, you know what I mean? Like, cause I still, them same problems from high school kind of showed up. I'd be out there all nervous. You know what I mean? Cameras is on, you know what I mean? The time in Rwanda, Chris Paul texted me, get buckets. I see you, that's crazy, get buckets. I'm like, damn, niggas is really watching back in the States. NBA niggas is watching. Oh my God. Like, yo. So you know, I'm playing in the games, at least in Rwanda, I'm playing with those nerves. When I did Canada after, a lot of those nerves were gone, but my point is I still didn't get to go somewhere and be who I know I truly can be on the court because I ain't had the game reps to really have confidence. But if you see me play at my best, even with pros, like you'll be like, oh shit, like, but you know, so I still in my heart, I'm still like, I still do this. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna put the fall off and boom, boom, and then all right, okay, but then I gotta go on tour. Okay, how much time does that leave me after tour? Okay, but then how old I'm gonna be? Okay, but nah, I still, yeah, you still got it. You strong, boom, boom, boom. Like I'm still doing that shit, bro. Literally, probably 3 days ago. Like I'm you know,
plotting on basketball.
Yes, bro, it's ridiculous. Like I've had this year, I haven't played. I probably didn't play 5 times this year because I literally had to be like, yo, you gotta lock in all the way now, and like. So that shit's been on my mind. Like, bro, I'm not done. Like, you might see me in the middle of nowhere in Germany, nigga, on a team, on a 4th division team, getting buckets.
What was it like playing in Rwanda? What was it even that experience?
It was a bubble. That was like COVID, a little bit coming out of COVID. So they had a bubble. So it's like, I landed in Rwanda. That shit was beautiful, like beautiful. I was in Kigali, is the name of the city. Amazing. But all I got to do was land, drive through the city, see how beautiful it was. And then we were in a hotel where we were in a bubble. We couldn't leave unless it was time for the game. So I got to go stay in a hotel. The hotel's amazing. The NBA killed it. Like they got this African league called the BAL. They're doing a great job with that. But you know, that experience was amazing. Practice in the morning and games. But I ain't get to experience Rwanda. My teammates were Rwandan though, so I got to experience it through them. They told me about like Kigali. They told me about the country. But that's a place like I for sure want to go back.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
And what was that? What were those teammates like? You still like? Have you spoken to them?
Yeah. Some of them hit me. You know what I mean? Like yeah, for sure on the WhatsApp.
That's it.
Canada was crazy though. Like Canada, I got even more games. In BAL, I got 3 games. Like in Canada, I got like 6.
What's the most points you scored?
6 points. It's like high school, nigga. I hit 2 threes.
That's why the guy used to be too nervous of the goddamn crowd. Like that's why I can never.
Bro, yes.
For real, I used to run track, bro. I used to run track and hoop.
Were you nervous in track?
Not until I got to like the county, whatever, state, whatever.
Oh, because then all the fastest niggas,
nigga that looked like he faster than lightning, nigga. I was like,
bro.
You always make some shit about him.
Nah, I love this, bro.
He's so cap.
I'm not cap, bro.
Please give us a picture. We need an insert picture.
I swear to God, we're going to find a picture of me running track.
No, we don't find it. You get us a picture of you running track. I'm here.
You don't think your man ran track, bro?
Absolutely not. I do not, and I don't believe
it.
My biggest
hater.
Fucking lying. Yeah. All right, this is a question I really wanted to ask, but I've been holding all day. There's a clip of you recently performing, and you skip over a certain line.
Oh, I'm so glad you asked this, bro.
I want a real love, dark skin and pale look.
Yo, first of all, that's from 2 years ago. You talking about the Will?
Oh, really?
That wasn't this year. That was 2 years ago.
Man, that's crazy.
And this goes to show you the internet narratives that we was talking about.
That's crazy,
bro. When I did that, I think that was right around the time of like, what's the word? Entanglement was the word, right? If you look at me on that, that's me, because at that time entanglement was the word, and people were sending me screenshots of like, oh, I bet J. Cole don't want that Will and Jada love now. Like they were sending me these things, right? And it was around that time. So if you look at my face, at least what I thought I was projecting, that's me being like, I want a real love, dark skin and real love. That Jada and that's me saying like, yeah, I still want that.
Oh.
Like that's me like co-signing the fact that even amongst all of this shit that's going on in the media and shit that's going on with them personally, I still admire them. Like I still fuck with their relationship, you know what I mean? Although I'm not, this is just from an outer level.
Right.
So, but it's funny now because years later or 2 years later, however long this is, somebody texts my phone like, man, you crazy. And they had that clip. And they like, J. Cole skips over the line. He don't fuck with that Will and Jada love. And I'm like, yo, that's not, first of all, that clip is old and that wasn't my intention.
Right.
So like, I'm glad you asked that because I get to use this opportunity to be like, yo, bro, don't put me on that. Yeah, bro. I literally, bro, I'm somebody that's in, you know, I know what a real deal relationship is like, and I ain't in their shoes, and I don't know what goes on in their household, but I know that from an outside looking in, even with everything that's happening, I respect them. Like, I respect what they got going, and like the world can clown them, but I'm like, yo, like, I see somewhere amongst all of that, I see loyalty and love. You know what I mean? I don't know what's happening in their life. I wish them the best. Like, and you know, you never know where it can end up, but shit. We in a day and age where it's easy to split and break up households and break up marriages and this, that, and the third. And it's like, I'm a believer, y'all, when you get married, that shit says for better or for worse. When times are at their best or when times are at their worst. It's not like when you make me feel how you make me feel and motherfucking, 5 years ago or 10 years ago,
Yeah.
that shit says we together forever. So it's like there's a part of me from a distance that whatever they got going on, like I still find a way to respect it because I really do admire them, you know what I mean? And I want to apologize, like, because that line is a big line.
Yeah.
I want a real love, dark skin and Viv love, that Jada and that Will love. I feel bad that like I might have added to the pressure of what they feel like maybe they had to upkeep publicly. You know what I mean? Like, damn, did that shit put pressure on them to like, to live up to some ideal that we had of them? But my ideal of them wasn't that they were some perfect marriage that didn't have problems. My ideal was that, man, they gonna stick together and they gonna figure that shit out. You know what I mean? So,
Loyal one.
you know, I don't know what they got going on, but I'm glad you asked that so I can get my name out of it.
Word.
Yeah, it's crazy. I really thought that shit happened like last week.
Boy,
Me
the internet
too.
is crazy.
I did too.
Is it ever
Nah.
frustrating that you can't like, because you can't always respond to everything that happened on the internet that you know
You
not
don't
true.
respond to shit.
Nah, I
Oh,
don't
right.
respond to
You didn't
shit.
say
I just be
nothing.
letting, all the, me and you talked about this earlier, and you said this is how you rock. But the reason why I fuck with what you said is because it's what I do. When I see a false narrative, I just let that shit rock. Because it's like, what I'm going to do? Come correct it? You're not going to believe me anyways, first of all. And all that's going to do is create another story. Like, bro, I don't think that. It's cool, bro. You don't even really know me.
Yeah.
So if you're wrong, it don't change my reality. Your misconception of my reality don't change my reality.
Right.
It just gives you the wrong reality.
Yeah.
You just living in a false reality.
False reality. Yeah. Man.
Okay.
Nah, seriously. Well, before we sign this thing off, we do this thing at the end where we have listeners. They can write in questions or like ask for advice. It's not to you specific. It's just to us. And it's just, you know, you kind of help us out.
Got it.
You guys also at home, don't you forget that you can always DM a safe place at a safe place pod. For all your life help and all your hacks you need. All right, our first one. Do y'all think 29 is too old to start rapping? Life is boring and I want to try something different for a little bit.
I feel like at any age, you could be far. Like, I don't think it's no age. Like, I think a fucking 12-year-old could be a far rapper, and then I think somebody that's 35 can be far. It's not like no age on it for real. So I think
you can come in the game at 35.
I think you can come in the game at 30 and still be like
You said 35.
I think you can come in the game at 35 as long as you good. Like, niggas don't even got to see who the rapper is. Niggas can hear the music and then see him. So it's like, how your age even matter?
I agree with that. And by the way, there's you know, like I said, rap is track and field. So there's subsets of this shit where there are artists that have blown at the age you're talking about. You know what I mean? That have gotten their fan base at that age. So I agree with that. And nah, it's not too late to start rapping at 29. But what I would tell that person is like, shit, what you got going on in your life too though. Like, would I tell you I would need more information because I would need to know, nigga, you have a family to support? You know what I mean? Like, you got kids, like, you got a job.
The story does matter.
Like,
true,
yeah,
because
there's a lot of
The
context
beginning
missing.
of this shit ain't the most bread and
Yeah,
butter.
if you 29 with no kids,
Yeah.
you can wait. Yeah, it's your life. It's your life to try and spend those years trying. If you fail, nigga, you just wasted 4 or 5 years of your life. But you ain't. But it wasn't a kid starving because you was over here. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Trying to be somebody else. So it's some context that's missing.
I didn't want to. I swear I wasn't trying to laugh at that. You made that funny.
Nah, I feel you.
That was a real good way to look at it. Number 2, if you have
Wait, what's your answer?
honestly, I think no.
No, like don't. You saying don't rap it? Don't start rapping this on
Absolutely
that.
not. Yeah, I think 29.
There's a lot of things working against you if you start at 20.
So many things, especially in this day and age. Maybe if it was
It ain't
2004.
gonna be easy, brother. That's what I would tell you.
Like running them first freshman class when every nigga looked old as shit. Like the original freshman class. You was a part of freshman class, right?
And say what?
You was part of a freshman class, right?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When y'all niggas looked old as fuck compared to how we looked. So it was cool then. Like niggas just looked old naturally. Clothes was big as hell and denim was raw as fuck. I mean, like
Yeah, that's real.
niggas wore raw denim back
Yeah,
then.
facts.
So
Nigga
That
just
was the
so
thing.
far, like they don't
niggas
even,
had the tongue sticking out the jean, like it was like understood. Niggas wore beanie caps with brims. It's like niggas looked old.
beanie
So
cap with the brim is one of the most insane.
that was a thing,
inventions.
though.
That's crazy.
That was a thing.
Yeah, I know. Jay
That
Z
was
used to wear them a
definitely an
lot. Eminem used to wear the little train conductor.
Dave Chappelle dressing before he started wearing Rick
Oh, yeah.
Owens.
Yeah,
Like the Chappelle
train-
show, Dave Chappelle,
Yeah,
when he
for
would
sure.
just wear like he dressed a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like double XL type niggas.
You
Like,
saying if he got dripped, then he'll be alright.
no, I am saying if it was that time, he would have been good. You know, like now I think coming in at 29, I think it's just like you're gonna have to deal with a lot of bullshit. Like niggas is gonna clown you for facts. It's only like 3 people who get that pass.
You know you will have to do at 29. You can't come out the gate and just be releasing your first song. You will have to quietly develop and get great at whatever your field, whatever your event is. Like if you started at 29, but you really worked,
like
and you developed for 2 years, and you came in a lyrical space with a pen that was ridiculous. All right, that's acceptable. But you can't come out the gate. You just started at 29. We can allow 16-year-old Yachty to put that shit out because he's 16.
Right.
And we gonna be like, yo, that's what 16-year-olds do.
It's so crazy. Even when we have this conversation, it's just in my brain. I think I just see the difference in we in the same field, but just the difference in our age. Because you think from like pen, I was thinking from like, man, them beats ain't slapping.
Yeah, for sure.
In my head, I'm like, man, if your delivery, your flow not hard, but
that's
you
a
think
fact.
about the pen. I'm thinking like, man, if this shit don't slap through my speakers, like. Are
you like that? Are you like, is the beat, like, how important is the beat to you? Because I'm like one of those people, if the beat's not fire.
First and foremost. It's first and foremost. But when I say pen, I am talking about flow too. I'm talking about flow, cadence, all of that shit. But I'm not. And I'm assuming that you're gonna pick your beats properly.
Right.
But I think from your mind, if I'm hearing what you're saying properly, you're looking at it like he might be coming to game on some. He's basically trying to be popping and lit. I'm looking at it like, yo, who want to? 29 is, man. Look,
it's pushing.
Nah, like at 29, you can't come in the game like a Yeet or like on what he on,
exactly.
or like or shit
Unless
that you
you
be on.
just
Y'all
look
young
like a
fly
baby.
niggas.
Yeah.
So to me, if you 29, nigga, you better come in on some Griselda, on some boom, 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 and like you better be the biggest. You better be out barring the whole fucking world.
He looks like a child.
And you can't get there from just starting. Is my point. You got to work for that. Like you just started at 29. So to whoever
all
that
the
is,
odds are against you.
But that's why I still wouldn't close the door on that.
Wait, look, listen. This is what I'm saying though.
All
right. You listen to Yeet, right? Shit, going crazy, whatever. And then nigga like, yo, bro, you're not a nigga 29. Are you gonna be like, nah, I'm gonna turn off? Or are you gonna accept it?
He's not 29 though.
But I'm just saying though.
No.
It just wouldn't happen. That's true.
Yeah.
It just would never happen.
He wouldn't make it.
Yeah. It just wouldn't be a thing because his age and his time period would be before that.
Yeah.
You know? That's why there are no young niggas making music.
So what is the way to, okay, so if a nigga's 34 years old, you think he has no chance?
I just don't. I don't know.
No.
I think. Yeah, it is. I would not respect it. And I would think that's creepy.
Yeah, it's almost like, yo, why are you even
is
aiming
that
at this
type of
target
music?
demographic right here?
Like, I don't even know if, like, I just don't know if, I don't know. No.
So you do think, so y'all do agree that there's a chance.
And you got to even think about,
so
like,
there's a window.
Let's just compare to Future, right? Because Future is older, right? How old is Future? 39, right? Has been doing it for like 15 years,
yeah,
right?
But
although
he already planted his flag in that space.
Exactly. And he progressively got to the point of being better and better to where it's like, you can still say the shit you say because you're the best at saying it.
Exactly.
You know? Like, can't nobody, even though it's like, yeah, you 39, there's no reason you should talk about women like this, but you can do it because you the only one who can do it like that. You know? Like, and we respect it because, like, you do it the best.
Yeah.
And you originate so many things. You know, you can't come in like, oh, we don't know your face from a can of paint.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, why the fuck are you talking like that? Go fucking get a job. You know what I'm saying?
And rap about that, nigga.
Yeah, for real. You know?
I still wouldn't close the door though.
No.
But I would say, nigga, if you trying to make that type of music, I'm closing the door.
Yeah.
And also,
but if you got, you know, go ahead.
What I took from your story, as soon as you made it, you like, fuck it. I'm already planning to go hoop. So you gotta look at life.
What the fuck did he even just say?
I get what he's saying.
Please explain that.
Like, chase your, like, even when you're done chasing your dream, fuck it, chase another one.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, but maybe we had both those dreams at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Technically, he never closed the door on it because he successfully completed one, you know? So I think it was just two goals. One got completed or started its completion, just never gave up on that other goal.
Yeah, I never let it go.
Right.
So maybe he never let this shit go.
That's what I'm saying.
Sound like he said he
But you
bored
need to
though.
start, bro.
He
Goddamn,
said
start.
life is boring.
Yeah, I don't even like his reasoning, bro.
Yeah.
I'm
This
closing
might
the
be the
door,
worst
bro.
raps.
Yeah, I forgot that part, bro. That nigga said life is boring. Nah, nigga, you already lost. Don't do it, bro.
He just wants some excitement.
Please take care of
Yeah,
it.
man. Don't waste your time, bro.
Yeah, don't even get into this, bro.
Start a, you know what I mean? Start a motherfucking blog.
Start a book club.
Yeah, blog about it.
Yeah,
that might
exactly.
be
There you go.
better.
Start podcasting.
Podcast.
That's a safer space. space
Yeah.
for you to voice your opinion.
that makes
Second
sense.
one,
Space.
if you have 1 week left to live, what would you do or say to the world that you always wanted to say? God, that's a crazy fucking question. I know.
I just really don't. Jaco, you wanna? You
Nah,
wanna
say. You know what I mean? Say what you was thinking, man.
What would I do?
What would you say to the world?
He said, "Say or do to the world." Me, honestly, if I was dying, say or do to God. It's like I'm trying to get my mind to think of another answer.
Nah, say the one that you trying to go away from. What is it, man? Let's hear it, bro.
I just gotta keep it real, but I'll probably make everybody get it.
Everybody get a what? I feel like everybody know the joke and I don't know the joke.
Just both. Just what would you do?
I'll
bro?
go first.
You know what he's about to say?
Nah, it's
I
just-
think everyone
I'm
at
trying to
home
be-
knows
I'm
what he's
trying
about
be-
to say.
Nah, that's stupid.
I
That's
think
stupid.
everyone
That's
watching
stupid.
this from their house.
That's stupid. I
knows
can't do this
exactly
on this
what he's
episode.
about
That's
to
stupid.
say.
No.
Nah, I'm really just confused.
All right. I'd make everybody get a BBL. Like all the women.
Wait, you'll make everybody get a BBL?
Yeah, like a new law. Like
First of all, you can't. It didn't say what would you. You can't make anybody do anything. It said
I
what would you say to the
do?
world?
Say or
Would
do.
you tell that you would
What
just
would
tell
do?
them all
I
to
mean,
give
it's not
you
like
a-
you're the president, though. It's not like you get
Yeah.
powers to charge.
Yeah.
So what can I do to the
You-
world?
Yeah. No. He said,
that's
what would you
not
say
what
to
it
the
said.
world?
Just what would you do or say to the
Oh, it's do or say to the world?
Yeah,
That's what I'm
but
saying.
Oh.
yeah, but like ask Mitch, not as fucking,
Not as God.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. My bad. Okay, you're right. Let me redo. What would I say?
Or do. You only got a week left. How you spending your time?
I'm gonna be a rapper, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow, but your album will go crazy though.
Bro,
No, it
my
won't.
last
You just
bro,
might not be here to
If you
experience
had
that shit
it
going
ever
crazy.
and you just waited till your last week to start trying this shit.
Yo, his album
before
go crazy.
before
That's
Death
the story
album,
of all stories.
Beat-
Before Death
beat-
album.
beat-
You just not gonna be around to experience it, but the legend is gonna be.
Like I know y'all
crazy.
niggas. Like I'm looking down on y'all niggas, man.
I hope
This-
you've been practicing. This shit ain't easy, nigga. You know this shit ain't easy.
when I was young, I had that patty cash from Shattered Glass.
Yes,
So
true.
now I lay low
You
like
spent your
cataracts.
last 7
I'm the
days-
label on the map. I don't care about your
Actually,
antics.
oh my
Turn
God,
up
do
on
the
your
verse for
mechanics.
Cole. Let
I'm
him
ready
rate
and
it.
stand- Oh,
No,
cause that.
No, do the
Yo,
vote. Do the
okay,
verse.
Listen to
Do
this
it.
verse, bro.
All right.
This is all jokes aside. I wrote this shit when I was 16 too. When I was young, I had that padded cast from Shattered Glass. So now I lay low like cataracts. I'm the legend on your map. I don't care about your antics. Tune up on your rap mechanics. I am standing and running in front of a clan of addicts, asking if this a hit. My main bitch is Catholic and African. I'm rough.
Now keep going. Catholic and African.
I'm rough as ashy skin. You whores, let that saddle in.
Nah.
I mean, the
that
saddle in
ain't
is a
it,
reach,
dog.
but I ain't gonna lie. It's yeah.
Okay.
I don't think that's trash. Like I think that has potential, and there's a few bright spots in that.
I think that.
I don't know.
think
You know
your
what I mean?
delivery
I
was dog shit. I think
No, the delivery, yeah, for sure. Need.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Major
16-year-old
work.
delivery. We got to work on that. But that's what, you know.
I don't even know what beat you was necessarily supposed to be on, but
Okay, yeah.
I told you I try to find
Yeah,
the,
okay.
the positives though. I
That's what
do
I'm
see
saying.
bright
So
spots.
That's what I'm saying. So when we do our son together, whatever, all that stuff we can fix. Like I'm not.
Yeah, no. We can work on that. I got you.
Right.
We can work on that.
Bro, I think you spent your last week in a terrible place. I would most definitely probably, where would I do or say to the world? I don't think I'd say anything. I'd hope I have an amazing album in the tuck that I want to drop 7 days before I die. I do. I want, because I just, or I'll drop it the day I died or the day before I. No, 7 days is a good time for them to process it, because everyone who slept on it is going to go run to it after I'm dead.
Tupac already did though.
You know, it's so crazy, and this is so off topic, and this is so weird, but so many times I thought about my death when I made my last album, and I was so excited, because I was like, this album is so good. No, all jokes aside, and this is no funny shit. I was like, man, if I pass, I'm so proud of this album. If this was the last thing that I left on the earth, you know, that was not like I'm proud to die, but it was like if I was to, God forbid, something happened to me, and this was the last thing that I had, or this didn't come out yet, and my label was gonna put this out after I passed, I am so proud of this work.
I know what you're saying. I can feel what you're saying. That's just how much you. That's how happy you were and how proud you were of what you just
With
did.
that, yeah.
So
yeah.
I feel
And
that.
it was a reoccurring thought. It was weird. Like I always like, man, I'm like God, if something happened to me, like, man, I'm so. This is like, man, this is what I would love to till it's been my last thing. You know what I'm saying? Or even if like I died before it came out, because it would have really fucked people. It's like, wait, what the fuck? This is who? What the fuck? You know? But I didn't die, and I don't want to die, so definitely not putting that in the air. So let's move on. Oh wait, what about you?
I'm not saying shit to the world, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, you just out.
The fuck I want to say to y'all. You know what I mean? Like,
that's true.
No disrespect, but like,
yeah.
Some other people that come on the, you know what I mean? They get priority on the list.
God, we should have made him go first.
Nah, I like y'all shit. I like y'all answers.
Man, that's feel like
the verse was crazy. I didn't even know my man had a verse in the tuck.
I don't care about that shit like that. It's like, whatever.
All right. Well, third and lastly, I really want to be successful and become the first millionaire in my family, but there's so many distractions. My girl and taking care of her, my friends wanting to party and get lit, me just folding on my word of staying focused and getting right. What's the best advice you have for someone who just can't stick to the plan?
What was the first part? He want to do what?
I really want to be successful and become the first millionaire in my family.
Oh, but all the distractions?
I think because I'm just go first because he didn't put how to become what to become successful from. I think most importantly, not to say that you haven't done this, is to create the plan of what you want to be successful from. Because there's so many people in the world who want to be. I'm switching cameras. Let me stick to my angle. So many people that want to be successful but don't know what from. They just want to be successful, which I respect because no one wants to live a hard life. But you have to make a plan and get some guidance for yourself as to how you want to get there and what's going to get you there. Because just thinking you want to get there is not going to get you there. You have to, if that's the case, you just need to start playing lottery. You know, you have to have a plan and some kind of idea of what it is you want to become successful from and how you're going to get there. That's just my take on it. That's my advice. Just getting a plan on as to, because with no plan and no real reasoning as to how you're gonna get there, you just got a goal. You just got a dream. That's not even a goal. That's just a dream. You just want to be rich, you know, and famous, which is some shit you can go to sleep and you can go lay that in your sleep. If you want to get there and actually live that, you have to figure out the steps, what it is that you want to get there from, and the steps to maintain that. That's my stick of advice. Some of y'all.
That's real. So yeah, the missing information is exactly what you said. Like, yo, what do you want to be a millionaire from? What, nigga? Real estate, music. You want to be a lawyer? You starting your own business? Like, that's missing information. But man, bro, when you really want something, just in my life experience and seeing other people, seeing myself, seeing other people that like made stuff happen, it's like, man, when you really want something, you're gonna find a way ultimately, and it might not be today or next year or 5 years or 10 years, but this thing takes priority and precedent over all other things. When you don't want something as much as you think you do, of course, bro, just like you said, don't nobody want to live a hard life. We all want to make life easy for ourselves, for our families, for our mothers, boom, boom. That's amazing. And the thought of that is amazing. But the desire for that doesn't always match. Sometimes your desire might not be enough fuel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to have a strong desire. And when you have a strong desire, that shit outweighs all other shit, the distractions, the boom, boom, boom. So it's like the thought of being a rapper or the thought of starting a business, yeah, somebody can say they want that. But yo, I honestly, if I really bust down my life, man, I'm kind of comfortable. Like, I got my bills is paid, you know what I mean? Or like my phone is paid for. I got a girlfriend. I really like her. You know what I mean? She like me. We hang out together. I'm comfortable. So of course, do I want to be rich? Hell yeah. I want to be the first millionaire in my family. I like how that sound. I like how that feel. But do I like it actually, or do I want it more than what I want right now with her?
Or do I like it enough to discomfort myself?
Exactly. Do I like it enough to get out of this comfort zone that I'm in and to make some sacrifices of my time, of my energy, of my effort? And even then in this life, it's not necessarily guaranteed that you'll get there. But I know what's not guaranteed is you being comfy and getting there. That's not happening. Like you said, you playing a lotto at that point. So I don't, to that person, I would be like, yo, make sure your desire matches the size of your dream. You know what I mean? I can say I want to be a billionaire It's like, man, that shit take a lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot of shit that I don't personally feel like doing. I don't want it that bad. Sound nice. Somebody come and offer you $1 billion and say, hey, you want to be a billionaire? Yeah, sure. What I got to do to get it? Nah, actually, I'm gonna just chill. Like, that shit don't even sound fun. So yeah, I'm echoing what you're saying, and good luck to that man.
Ain't no way you think my damn self. You might as well just wrap it up.
Well, man, we thank you guys for tuning into another episode of The Safe. Why do you do that every time?
Because we forgot to.
But you do that every time.
I really wanted to
I
ask him
get-
about something. I forgot. Like, see, now it's gonna be awkward now. This is the raid. I wanted to ask about the whole shit. When your house got raided. See, it's awkward now.
What's the what?
Like when your house got raided or whatever. Like, you remember?
Oh yeah. It was a studio house.
Studio.
It was a studio house.
Do you remember?
Yeah. Do you remember
Like
that?
you know what I was talking about. So I'm like, oh shit, this is the wrong. I thought I read one of the wrong blogs or some shit. But studio house. Okay. Well, we ain't gotta talk about it.
Oh, like you thought I was in there?
Yeah.
Nah, thank God I wasn't in there.
I read one of them blogs though. You know.
Oh yeah. Nah, thank God I wasn't in there.
We can end the show.
Are you done? Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of A Safe Place. We have made it to our 10th episode. We couldn't have made it here without you guys. We have to always thank our sponsors. Happy Dad for keeping us so refreshed and so quenched.
Damn, that shit is good.
Our sponsors, Happy Dad, for keeping us so thankful, and so thirstful, so quenchful.
I'm thirsty right now, bro.
So
Could you give me one of those, please?
Of course. And no, this is not the same can of Happy Dad from 20 weeks ago. We get them all the time. We want to, you guys. I don't think we got canceled this episode. We'll make it to episode 11. You know, gracefully and gratefully. Please keep telling your friends about us. Hopefully, all you Dreamvillers subscribe, because we know you haven't been watching before this. But you can subscribe and you can come back and anytime.
Maybe
and,
though. Maybe.
I
watch.
That's true. Hey,
You watch.
there you guys go.
You know
No
what I
reason
mean?
for you not to.
Yeah.
I'm subscribed. You know.
There you go.
YouTube,
There you
my
go. We
most used
subscribe,
app.
man.
I'm
You keep
subscribed.
going, man. I'm Yachty,
I'm Mitch.
and we don't even have to. This guy.
Nah, I'm
is-
cold. Don't do that. I'm cold. Yes, appreciate y'all.
Come on, man. Jermaine. Cole.
J. Cole new album about to drop. What? J. Cole, his album about to drop, bro.
J. Cole.
Yeah.
Jermaine.
Yeah.
Cole.
Yes.
The real is back. The bill is back. Flo Bananas here. Peel this back.
Yes.
One time for my LA sisters. One time for my LA hoes.
What? Nigga, yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Real quick, how was that when you first saw that? I felt that was just like, I thought that was great.
Me too.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That shit's amazing. Bro, it's
I
iconic
fuck
now.
with Mark Phillips, man.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Them niggas are amazing. He's
They're
amazing.
Hilarious.
For real.
They're good guys.
It's
too, man.
iconic.
Shouts out to RDC World, man.
For real.
I couldn't do this interview without shouting out RDC.
Shout out RDC.
They got too
That's
much
dope.
love for you.
I want to go to their
Convention.
I want to go to their convention.
too.
I wanted to go this year, but I couldn't make it. But hopefully
Yeah,
next
man.
year.
Shouts out to Mike and all the guys. But again, Joe Rogan, Joe Budden, we're coming for you.
We're like right there.
We on our way. Thank you guys, man. We love you.
Hell yeah.
Who told you that life was fair? Cry me a river, I really don't care. I was outside with that, yeah.